riding with the champions, going hard, going long, until the lights come on.
Gran Turismo, hop in the car, let's go. Burning rubber, smoke the tires in the track mode.
Welcome to the race. Get ready, start your engines, get up out the way. We about to set the pace. Qualifying, let's get it on. Riding with the champions, going hard, going long, until the lights come on.
All right, guys, welcome into the stream. It's just me for now. Shaggy is on track. It looks like he and Talon have just jumped in to start their qualifying. I'm hoping I can get Shaggy to join me here shortly. New PC having some issues. Just shot Sal a message, having trouble getting Discord audio into the stream for some reason. Don't know what's going on with that, but hopefully we'll get that figured out here shortly and go from there. Looks like Root is #1 in the chat tonight, so congratulations, Root, for being P1. Best I could tell in practice last night, I was watching a couple guys. I practiced for probably 15 laps or so, and saw some guys putting down some mid to high 216s. I myself could not break into the 217s. I probably put 12, 15 laps, something like that. I think the best I landed on was a 218.1. So it'll be interesting to see where Shaggy and Talon land here. They're both on the outlap here still. Of course, Shaggy in his Ferrari and Talon in the Nissan GTR. I also do not getting my chat notifications. I got all kind of issues to work through here on my first stream on the new setup here. I did see it showed me Root popped in, and that's all it's shown me. So if anybody else is in here right now and they've chatted anything, I apologize. I cannot see the chat. We're lucky to have a broadcast tonight. That's where I'm at. So just bear with me. Shaggy coming around, about to finish up his first lap here in about 30-45 seconds. There's Sal, there's Arrow. Hey guys. Hey Sal, I don't know if you saw my message. For whatever reason, I'm not getting Discord audio into OBS. I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong there. I've restarted it, removed the audio or the application audio capture 3 times. Try to do it, nothing happening. Thank you. No problems. You guys, I am seeing the chat now finally. Got that going. So yeah, if there's an issue with the stream or something, guys, let me know. I'll do what I can to fix it. Sal, I did actually display the race info this time and went to the driver. That was pretty good, not sitting in the lobby. So Shaggy hammers out a 2:16.4 on his first lap, which is smoking fast. I think, in my mind at least, from what little runs I did, I've got to believe anything in the 2:16s are going to be top split, I would think. And maybe it's just that I'm that slow, which is always a possibility. You got it, Errol. No problem, sir. Let's go check on Talon. Damn, Talon's already in the 2:16s. These guys have ran one hot lap, and they're already in the 2:16s. Their first lap, they're faster than I could do in 12 to 15 laps. But both these guys are really fast, so it doesn't surprise me too much. All right, Sal, I'll check on that. Let's see. Talon's already up 2/10 on his best lap. Let's go check on Shaggy. Not sure why. I didn't even pay attention. Don't know why Shaggy went in. Surely he wouldn't have gone in for fresh tires on wet. Wouldn't have thought. Wouldn't have thought. Yeah, Sal, I know. Shaggy jumped in right before the stream got started, and we tried it, and I've disconnected it and blah, blah, blah about 4 times, and could never get his audio to come through. I don't know if you're in a spot where you can jump in there real quick just to test it. I don't know, but if so, great. If not, no big deal. I'll just wing it, and we'll have at least we'll have a broadcast. So. Wow, Talon is in the 2:15s. Okay. Shaggy's back on a hot lap here. Let's see what he can do.
Hello, good sir.
Well, hey, how are you? Okay, it's working now finally, I think. I think I saw some meter movement.
People can hear me?
Yeah, I think so. Hey, Sal.
Maybe the people in the chat can say if they can hear me. Okay, it's working now finally. Oh, if you're listening on the stream, it sounds like I'm way in the background.
Really?
Yeah, like it's coming in through your speakers. Like your microphone is picking up on what your speakers are doing. Either that or I'm just really quiet.
Well, I will tell you, I have no speakers on whatsoever, so I've got my headset on. So I can turn the audio up a little bit. I had it turned down some for what's capturing from Discord.
Yeah, usually you have Discord at 100%, or
Okay.
no adjustment.
I'm at like 95% right now. Because on my Sunday Fun Day stream, it seemed like the Discord was coming through louder than me or anything else, so that's why I bumped it down just a little bit. But maybe let's see. Arrow said he can do a 220. Arrow, can you hear Sal okay in the on the stream?
Testing.
Testing. Attention, please.
We're testing live here.
Anyone? Bueller?
We're actually looking at my Discord. I do have it at +2 decibels on mine.
Okay. Arrow said
125%.
Arrow says yes, and Arrow is what Sal's saying pretty clear in the stream.
Is it the same volume as T-Dubs?
No, he said you're a bit quieter, so I'm gonna bump you up and I'm gonna bump me down. So there we go. Hopefully that's a little more leveled out.
Testing again. Let's see what people say. I mean, granted, I am maybe like 2 feet away from my mic, farther than I normally am.
Yeah,
that could have something to do with it too.
Yeah, he said not by a lot, so we're pretty close. And you, Sal, you seem a little further away than normal for me too. So that might be what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not actually in my seat. So I'm
okay.
Next to my feet.
Well, hey, listen, it's working. That's the main thing. So when Shaggy gets wrapped up here, which it looks like maybe they are wrapped up, we'll see. I cannot believe Talon right out of the gate with a 215.8. That is insane. So wow, okay. So Talon with a 215.887. He is setting the tone here. Shaggy with a 216.461 at MONSOON Suzuka. So that's awesome. That's great. Good job. Great job, guys, both of you. See, Sal, in my mind, I thought a 217 might make top split, but I mean they're making it pretty obvious that's not gonna make the cut.
Well, generally in the wet, it's the time disparity is a bit larger as well. So usually the qualifying isn't quite as tight at times when you have wet weather qualifying.
Yeah, and this is soaked. I guess you got closer to your mic because I think I can hear you better now.
No, I'm speaking up now.
Okay, all right, I got you. Well, hopefully Shaggy will jump back in here in just a minute. I think he probably will, and I appreciate you popping in. Yeah, thanks, Sal. Thank you very much. If you're going to stick around, great. If not, that's okay too, but I appreciate you jumping in and helping out. And Shaggy, if you can hear me, this is working again.
Oh, that's surprising.
Yeah, how about that?
Yeah. I'm going to bounce because I got to finish getting stuff together for my trip this weekend out to Road America, so good luck. I'm going to check in from time to time, but
awesome. Thank you, Sal, for your help. Appreciate it. Yeah, man, and be safe. Have fun. Okay, so Shaggy, right out of the gate, you drop a 216.4, then you duck into the pits. Tell me your strategy there. I don't understand the into the pits on wet, not worn tires. What am I missing? Or you were just like, hey, that's good enough, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, I got a little bit better that I can do out of that, but no, the car only feels good on the first lap. It gets too light for my liking, anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, I like a lot of grip, and it feels like the handling just goes away the lighter it gets.
You know, I remember you saying that last week. You guys were talking about that. Certain cars you liked with full fuel, especially in the rain, and so I wondered. I wasn't sure what was going on there. And then I don't know if you saw Talon. Good Lord, busting down into the 215s right out of the gate. So, you know, I was telling everybody in the stream, I felt good last night after a few laps, and I got down to like a 218.1. I thought, okay, that's going to be a solid time. And then, yeah, right out of the gate, I'm realizing that I'm solid fourth split material right now, unless I get some more practice in.
Yeah, I think probably the best I would be able to get is just a touch of 215, and that's about it as far as what I've practiced, because I really haven't practiced that much on it. I threw down a few laps here and there, and that's about it.
I jumped into Horte's practice lobby for probably, I don't know, 45, maybe 30, 45 minutes. I think I run somewhere between 10 and 12 laps, and I was getting consistently low 218s, and I thought, good enough. But now I did see him running high 216s, and I thought, if he's running high 216s, I'm running, 218. I'm in top couple splits. I'm good. But Talon if Talon's any measure here, I'm in bad shape, bud. I'm in bad shape.
Well, yeah, Talon's already proven that he's good in the rain. I'm pretty sure he brought home a podium in round 1 and a podium in round 5. Both were featuring heavy rain, so he knows what he's doing in the rain. So there was no doubt that he was going to have a good time for that.
Yeah, the rain is not my thing. No matter how many times I've been in it, I think I'm pushing that car to the edge, and then I get blown out of the water. So, looks like T-Rex is in, and he is ready to go, Shaggy. So, let's go check in on him.
Yeah, I think right before this, I put down like a 16.2, and I was like, that's all right.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a limit before like pushing too hard, but I'm in the race. That's pretty much, I guess, my qualifying is usually what I run for race pace, because I like to kind of stay relaxed with it, not to push too hard, because you can easily spin the car out or get it caught on a curb and mess up a line real easy, especially in the S's here.
Well,
then you're just
I realize that the curbs are very, very slick in the rain. You can't really utilize them in the wet like you would on a dry track.
Right.
This first section of S's you're coming into here, I really had to take it easy. Now, do you run traction control in that Ferrari on this setup here?
I've run either or, but for this, just to make sure that I got something quality down, I put everything on. It doesn't really feel that much difference because I turned the counter steering on. I can run it off. I was running the same laps either way. It's just you have a little more security when you have some of that stuff on. ASM on, like, regardless. But the normal setup for the race would just be like TC1, maybe TC2, depending on how wet it is. But even when it's dry, maybe a little TC1 just to protect the tires a little bit, just to make it a little less slick, I guess.
Yeah, so I've never used anything outside of traction control. I mean, I know where to find those things, but I've never tried the ASM and what was the other thing you said? Counter steer?
Yeah, it just kind of balances it out. I wouldn't use it to, like, I wouldn't use it too much to get too used to it. Just use it, I guess, here and there if it works. If it doesn't work, then don't use it. Just use what actually works here, because counter steering lately is, I don't know what they did with the physics, but it's made it where the car is more likely to just snap, and it feels like you should be able to catch it, but you don't.
Okay.
It's really weird how that is. It makes it where it's like it's leaning on a bar, and you make one wrong move, and then the bar breaks, kind of thing. But when you get it just right, it feels good, and then until it doesn't.
Yeah, I've just never tried it. Now, I tried traction control 1, spun the car about every 3 seconds, and then I tried traction control 2, and it was about every 10 seconds. So I landed on traction control 3, and I'm sure that's slowing me down. Obviously, it has to be slowing me down. So I really need to work on it. I really need to practice some laps in the rain and turn everything off and just get a better feel and get more control of that car. So that's what I need to do. So it looks like we had more pop into our chat. Papa's in the house. We got Talon. We've got Esta. Of course, Arrow's here. Pink Misha, I think. Is that how we're supposed to say it? Papa, correct me. I know you got that one down. But anyway, guys, thank you for popping in, dropping that like. If you're just...
Yeah, she prefers Pink Mishi.
Mishi. Okay. Yeah. I knew it was in there somewhere. I was close. So if you guys missed it, Shaggy and Talon have already qualified, and both of them dropped, in my opinion, crazy times. Shaggy, you were 216.4, and Talon was 215.7, I believe. So just smoking times right out of the gate. So we got T-Rex up here now. Let's see how he's doing. He's currently on his flyers, so we'll see how his first timed lap goes here.
Yeah, you can maybe get, I mean, if it was like with the way I was going to do it, drop back in and get it peeled back up, you could probably get 3 runs at it. But straight up, I think you can get 4 good laps. It's going to get lighter and lighter, so you'll have to adjust your braking just a little bit to kind of count for it, because it'll want to glide into the corner a little quicker each time.
So Shaggy, you've obviously this game well. You've ran a lot of different cars. Do you feel pretty confident? I should say, do you feel that that's similar across the board? Like, do you like driving most of these cars in the rain with more fuel, or are there certain cars that doesn't apply?
Probably depends on the group, honestly. But Group 3, I like more fuel, especially the MRs. I don't know, just more weight on the rear, and I don't know, it feels like it wants to fishtail otherwise. FRs are a little more tricky. They get a little crazy.
Yeah, like I said, you love the rain, and the only rain I'm ever in is these races that you give us, the Typhoon. So I'm starting to like it. I just don't have enough experience with it. So maybe, just maybe, with our point spread between number 1 and number 2, this might be the great equalizer.
You would think that though, but the way the Group 3 races have run during the season, Jorge has beat Bobagito every time. Okay. So it's literally David versus Goliath with Bobagito and Jorge in Group 3. But in Group 4, however, Bobagito has his number. But there's 9 races, and of course there's 4 Group 4 races and 5 Group 3 races. And every rain race was a Group 3 race.
And this is the last race, so this is it. This is it before the finals. So,
right.
The champion shall be determined.
Oh yeah. And this is one, especially with the Alpha. I do know from experience with it in the rain, I do want weight on that car. It's already a tiny car to begin with. The lighter it gets, the more it just feels like the traction just wears out. Like it has none.
So now,
but it's also
Papa said in the chat that you love the GTR. I'm guessing there's a story behind that I don't know.
I do not love the GTR. Never have. One of my, I guess, mottos is screw the GTR.
Okay.
I've been saying it for like, yeah.
All right. I haven't been privy to that yet, but I knew there had to be something there.
Oh yeah. No, and so every time they release, basically because every other update has a GTR in it. I don't know why. They love their GTRs for some reason. This one is apparently, what, $3 million? No, it's crap. But, yeah, screw it.
Well, T-Rex has thrown down a 218.7. I haven't actually been paying attention to see if he's gone purple. We'll see what he does on his next time check here.
I think it's 4 to 5 tenths.
Up 4 to 5 or down 4 to 5? I couldn't hear you. Oh, okay, he's up.
Oh,
okay, yeah.
Exactly 5 tenths.
5 tenths. So 218.2, and again, not to beat a dead horse, prior to the last 2 guys, I would have said, man, that's a great time, T-Rex. You're killing it. But us, I'm sitting right there with him. So I'll just pay attention to where he lands tonight, and then I'll have a better idea where I'm going to land tomorrow. So.
Well, I feel like the rain is a great equalizer. You can have some drivers that might not be as good here in the dry, but kill it in the rain, especially if they have a advantageous car like any MR, just about. Because normally they're just by proxy good in the rain. A little drift there from T-Rex. That was an interesting drift. It wasn't front or rear. It was just the entire car just said sideways.
Yeah. It's fun. I had a lot of that going on. So Papa is saying in the chat that, and Papa, I don't have any spreadsheets in front of me. I'm not like T Case and Sal. They've got all the data. I got nothing. But yes, I gotta believe that you are up there in the points, pretty close to the points lead, Papa. I'm pretty sure. Last I checked, it's probably like second or third, maybe.
Well, yeah, he's third.
Okay.
In McLaren.
Okay. Yep. There you go.
Me, hey. Nothing wrong with bronze. But he wants silver though. That's the goal right now.
All right, Papa, you heard it. You know what you got to do.
Basically beat SSC. Yeah, that's his goal.
No problem.
Because Fast Cougar has pretty much locked up the #1 seed for McLaren.
Yeah, he's been rocking. He has been on a tear.
Though I don't think they're going to qualify for the finals. I think T-Rex is basically the Alfa Romeo champion. So
there you go. We're witnessing a champion on track right now.
There you go. I mean, yeah, if you win your manufacturer, then yeah, you're a champion of something.
That's right.
I got silver. I'm Cal Naughton Jr. in this, so yeah.
Uh-oh. Man, that's a huge improvement. Yeah, another half second.
Yeah, I think he's benefiting from the lighter car, but some people like it looser, and some people just like it more grounded.
Sure.
And I think he prefers it lighter each time.
Just driving style. He likes to just sling the car around the track, whereas you're talking about pointing the car and having more control.
I do that though, and yeah, I'm quick, but I'm also terrified at the next corner that I might have too much speed trying to keep it, under control. Kind of pace yourself, I guess.
Shaggy Papa wants to know how far behind Esta he is right now.
I know Esta gained some points on him in the last round because they were in the same split, and he finished a few positions ahead of him. I don't know. You would have to ask Titanium on that one. She's the keeper of the points.
The keeper. The keeper of the data.
So yeah, when she gets that out though, we'll know.
So that's just it, Papa. You're gonna have to wait. That's the answer.
Well, that's for the latest round, Talon. That's not counting, or that was for the latest round of the ones that we had, but I don't think that's counting round 8. Because basically, Papa didn't gain any points in his split. He needed P4, and I think he finished P6 or 7th. So he wasn't able to gain, but SSC, all he needed to gain points was P11, and I think he got 3rd. So he gained a good bit of points.
And Talon, welcome to the chat, and man, great job. You threw down a heater to open this thing up. So basically, I came in here happy, and then here watched you, and now I'm just sad. And just is what it is, 4th split, here I come.
Well, either way, you're gonna have a good long race, no matter what split you're in.
That's right.
This one kind of ended over an hour long, 30 laps. Most of the laps, I guess you'd say most of the laps are in the dry-ish.
Yeah, I need to maybe tomorrow actually just run the time. I need to find somebody where we can set up a qualifying a race and run it out. Like I said, all I did was the qualifying portion, and it was just solid Typhoon. So I personally want to go run the whole race and just see what it looks like so I can create a strategy. So
right.
All right, so T-Rex ends up with a 2:17.6, which is a great improvement over his first couple of laps. So he just kept improving, and I mean, for me, I'm gonna call that a great time. So we'll see how it holds up.
Getting a why from T-Rex in the chat. Why? Because playing in the rain is fun. Brings back the memories of being 8 years old. Except we're in high-powered performance vehicles. So.
And I believe the great Shaggy once said, "If rain's an option, we're getting rain." So there's that.
Yeah, that's 4 races. I don't think there was any other races that could have been. Oh wait, a topless. That was one. Could have had additional rain, but a topless didn't make the cut. So
good job, T-Rex.
I think it went up against Suzuka actually. Imagine that. He was gonna get rain either way.
That's right. So Talon, what was your best in practice? Did you beat your best in the qual? Is that pizza? Is that pizza, Shaggy?
What, pizza?
Thought I heard your door getting knocked on. Thought pizza was showing up.
No, but I did get a message from my apartment complex talking about kids running around asking people to take out their trash if they pay them.
Oh.
I'm like, we have people for that, but the little kids are running around. I guess, like, summer job.
Yeah,
Of course.
$1.
Hey, let's not do that. You get a lease violation if you take kids into that.
Oh wow, okay. So Talon's saying his best in practice was a 216.13, so smashed it.
Yeah, 15s are definitely doable. I was very close a couple times, but I think I got 0.1 was the quickest I'd run. So, and I was happy with a 0.4. I was happy with just getting a 16, honestly. Never know how you're gonna feel when you get into these things. You're like, just get something solid.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so Root, Papa, when are you guys popping in here? When are you guys qualing? Because if nobody pops in here soon, I'm going to have to show you guys what a solid 219 looks like. So we're getting close to that.
Solid 219.
That's right.
Crisp 219.
Be one of the nicest 219s you've ever seen.
Right. You gotta have a 360 in it too. You gotta turn everything off, hit the curb just right, 360, and still get a 219.
Oh, yeah. See, you're asking a lot there, but I'm looking more like 229, 230 for that. Jason Duncan saying good luck. See, Talon, I'm afraid these other Genesis drivers are gonna, they're gonna get my secrets if I just bust on up in there. All right, so Shaggy, just holler at me if somebody pops in the lobby. I'm gonna jump in and try it out. And I'm giving all of my solid excuses, right? I don't have my gloves. I don't have my favorite racing socks on, and I'm not in my VR. So, there we are. And also, if I happen to hit a 217 during this, Shaggy, I just need you to count it. Just write it down and let's just get on down the road with it.
You're gonna do like 20 laps and your fuel's gonna be nearly empty. And you'll be like, count that one.
Yeah, 217.95. Let's do that.
Stiff as a board, light as a feather.
That's right.
That's what you want to say. But no. I think it's more like stiff as a boat, never light as a feather.
All right, so see, now we have this opportunity here, Shay. We have this teaching moment where you can tell me everything I'm doing wrong.
Oh, great. Well, first off.
yeah. Let's start with your pit exit there. Well, don't look on this lap because I'm like cold, right? And I'm gonna tell you what else is crazy. This rain, when you get up to speed, I'm sure this is true for everybody, but on listen to my speakers, not on headphones, the rain's louder than my car. I don't even hear my car for the rain.
Yeah, what view are you in? Bonnet or?
Well, so in VR, I'm always in cockpit mode.
Okay, you're in VR cockpit. Yeah. Anything where you're close to the car, you're always going to hear it. I'm in chase cam, and I don't get all that interference from the loud tapping of the rain.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I hear in VR is the rain.
I've watched people racing in different views, and I'm like, that's so annoying. The rain is so loud. And I go to third person, I'm like, I don't hear nothing. I can hear myself think.
Yeah,
I can't hear the music.
I've got the game audio turned down, so I can't hear really the rain or my car right now. So I don't know if that's good or bad. Can't hear my rip'ems. Can't hear them. It's my fast.
A few people were asking, is rain gonna go away? I'm like, well, if you've ever lived through a hurricane, you know that they can stay around for a few days. So this one will be around for a couple of days.
So are you at liberty? Everybody likes to ask you. Sometimes you'll say, sometimes you won't. Are you at liberty to, after I get done spinning, to tell us roughly when the rain's going to come and roughly when the rain's going to end?
Okay, when you see that little line come across there.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, the rain's coming. Yeah. Okay. If it starts,
you're going to want to pit.
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to want to pit for softs or mediums or hards or whatever before that line gets to you. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad time.
Okay, that's.
You go from a really good time, and then it's gonna be a really bad time.
So here's my problem. I don't have any traction control on. We're gonna have to work. No, yeah, we're gonna have to work on that.
When you look at it and it looks like a leprechaun just kind of invaded your privacy with the radar there, and there's all different colors of green and yellow and blue and all that, with a rainbow. Yeah, you should probably worry. Worry a little bit, but worry a little bit too.
And I don't know if you did it on purpose. I also recognize that the line is like right on the line of what would be safe for intermediates and starting wets.
Yeah, it's very close. The thing is though, going down to 4, it gets it to where you can actually run it on slicks, but it's like right above the line. It's really weird how that works. So I had to make it where you actually had to run wet tires. Perfect. I don't think they measured the lines very well. It seems like somebody needs to go back to school on that one, because it doesn't make sense on like the percentage comparisons. Like 4 goes down like what 20-30% of the bar. It's not like a little gradual drop. It's just a drop.
Yeah, this not hearing my car thing is really weird. And
what's funny is 7 is only like about a millimeter higher than that.
So did we have any of them where you've got it turned up all the way? I can't really remember.
No.
Okay.
Turn it up all the way. No, that's no.
Like up
I
to
like
11.
I enjoy people saying, "Hey, there goes that guy," instead of, "Hey, there goes that guy. Let's go chase after him now because he put it all the way to 9."
Right.
Or 8. Or whatever it is. I don't know. It doesn't go up to 11. I know that much. But you gotta take a Sharpie and put 11 on there.
I think considering the circumstances here, 219 was a pipe dream for me. We're going to be in the solid 222, 223s.
Yeah, it does look like somebody spilled a bag of Skittles on here randomly when the radar comes up. Because it's never, like in the race, it's never just a consistent line. It'll randomly be a line, and then there's nothing else, like no pre-shower, after shower, whatever. And then it'll just be randomly little spots here and there. Huge sales though, like you'll think you're ready to go and get some slicks on, and then it'll just thunderstorm will come through.
Great.
Yeah, it's random. If anybody watched round 5, yeah, that. Except like worse. Way worse. At least it's not nighttime.
Hey, I beat my 222. I was solid.
There you go. Okay, so you're in an FR. You do have traction control on, so you have that going.
I do. I would not. I don't. I'm going not here in front of everybody, but at some point in my own little private time, I'm going to turn off traction control and give it a go.
Yeah, I mean, you can run it without traction control. You can run it without ASM. You can run it without counter steer. Doesn't mean you should, but you can. Ooh, I do need some pretty pebbles now. Now I gotta go to the store and buy some cereal.
We've already got to food. I have not created our flashing overlay yet of when we start talking about food. So, hey, I need to do that before my next broadcast.
I get some Sugar Smacks, some Corn Pops, Apple Jacks. Everything sounds like a kid's game. Let's go play Apple Jacks.
I mean, Fruity Pebbles was my jam as a child, and I'm not gonna lie. I sometimes talk my daughter into getting that just so I can sneak in a bowl from time to time.
Well, I like that. I like Cocoa Pebbles because then like the milk was basically chocolate milk after,
right.
So it's like win-win.
Yep, I get down with some Captain Crunch too. Doesn't seem to make your roof of your mouth as tender as it used to, as I remember when I was a kid for whatever reason. It seemed like Captain Crunch would make your roof of your mouth weird.
Bags of nails that they throw in there along with it.
Something.
They used to call that a prize.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah. Good luck. Yes, T-Rex, we've already hit food. We're 30 minutes in and we're talking food already.
It does not take long.
It doesn't. I actually ate dinner tonight, which is, you know, I sometimes forget to do, but only because my wife ordered some DoorDash and I got to snarf that down real quick before I came down to jump into here.
You know what's more nutritious than Captain Crunch? That glass that's actually edible.
It's gotta be. Yeah, it's gotta be. Alright, no improvements.
So we don't have anybody in here. I don't know if we, let's check. Do I have anybody here? No, we don't.
Wow.
I think they're having too much fun watching you,
It's gotta be fun.
the land. I'd say the track, but the land.
Yeah, mowing some grass, tilling some gardens. I'm just glad Jorge's not in the chat. 'Cause if he were, he'd just be ribbing me right now. He loves to do that.
He was, but I don't know. Maybe you gotta say his name 3 times. He'll pop back in.
Yeah, I'll skip it.
No. Yeah. I do miss when cereal had toys in it, because now as adults we're like, haha, we could just buy that for the, you know, for the prize inside. I mean, either way, we're just gonna kill us. Whether it's a cereal or we get randomly choked on the toy because we ate all the cereal and forgot the toy was in there.
That's true.
Either way, yeah, it happens when you get really hungry and you forget that your fingers are not the fork. Yeah, it happens.
That was not a great turn.
Well, at least there's less grass there to hold you back now.
That's true.
Yeah.
And it cracks me up that your tires actually stayed dirty for a little while, even though you're driving through a lake.
Well, would they be muddy in this? I was always wondering how awesome it would be if, you know, because we have snow and we have, I guess, dirt, gravel, whatever for, you know, rally racing. I want mud. I want like a dirt track, but it's like just rained the evening before.
Yeah, and you got to jump in. You got to jump into the pits to get the windshield peels off. Your pit crew's got to pull the next layer. Yeah, I see where you're at.
GT7. Yeah. Petey, you got to do something. Come on now. We can't get, you know, stop giving us mid-bands. Before you know it, there's going to be like a real soccer mom simulator, and you have to get the kids to the practice, you know, in time.
Right.
And the time trial is literally trying to get your kids to practice in time before they, you know, have to forfeit the game. You know,
But you have to run through, get a Happy Meal first, and drop off the dry cleaning. So yeah.
Yeah. And then they always complain. They didn't get this. They didn't get that. You gotta go back to the store. Whatever. But yeah.
All right, this one I'm trying on. No more games. Well, maybe just one more game, but anyway, that was terrible.
I mean, he didn't die.
It's true. Oh, no bueno.
Now, the one I was having trouble with was Spoon. Everything else spelled pretty good. Spoon was like hit and miss on how well you could execute it, because I don't know, I felt like I was always going in there too fast. Just something I got to work on.
Now, is Spoon this next section I'm coming to? I don't know the names of the turns.
It's the the far left.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Thing.
The big sweeping
you got
left turn. I got you.
Right here, and then after these, you got the hairpin.
Okay, a little hot. Yeah, the hairpin.
Yeah, I don't know.
Sweep to the right, and then Spoon. Got it.
And then what's the one, R94 or whatever it is? I don't know. Or some. That long one. Which you do have to lift or you will die. In the rain anyways.
Please, somebody come to the lobby and take me out of my misery.
Like this corner.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
this is not...
I'll tell you about it.
That's not the proper way to do it.
I think you should turn ASM on, because it seems like you would have a better chance of catching those little bobbles before they turn into a full-on I want my mommy, you know?
Alright, I've never done this. Never tried it, so...
130R, there we go. I could remember. Doesn't matter. Doesn't add up right. It's probably freaking metric or something. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, so I got this new PC, and I didn't think about how it was going to affect everything I'm doing in my rig. So, like for instance, SimHub, right? So SimHub runs my wind simulation, and it runs my haptics on my pedals. And that you don't. I thought you signed into it, and your settings come over. Nope, not the case at all. It was some very technical computer nerd stuff that. And nothing against computer nerds, I love them. But you have to go into the system files and grab this folder out of there and grab that folder out of there. So that took forever. And then I was going somewhere with that. But I mean, it's just everything's tied in through that PC. You got to go in and report the firewall for SimHub to see the PS5. And holy crap, in hindsight, I'm not sure I would have done it. But it's pretty well done now. There's a few more gremlins to work out, but. And this all started because you guys were giving me a hard time of my stream freezing here a couple of weeks ago. And that's not true, really. I knew I needed to upgrade, but that did. We had a Sunday Funday stream that just literally shut off after 50 minutes. I didn't know it until like the next day when I went back to look at it. And then we had a qualifying where I think it was the last time I broadcast qualifying where it froze probably 7 times during the broadcast. So hopefully that won't happen during this one.
Right.
Oh.
I think I also picked the lobby a little bit here.
The other thing was and I haven't gotten around to doing this, is these pedals are SimNet SP Pro, and the way you calibrate them is with software on the PC. So I've got it on there, but I haven't gone through that process yet. So I just thought about that. I haven't got my pedals calibrated either to the way I'm used to. So I got a lot of good excuses, guys. That's what I'm getting at. No VR. No favorite racing socks, no gloves, and now I added in my pedals are not calibrated. So
hope everything works out.
Otherwise, we're talking 215s. That's all I'm saying.
Right. Now, something that happened, I guess, maybe the update or something else had happened, but it took me off my normal connection on here because I thought for the longest time I was still wired, and apparently it was running off of Wi-Fi. So that might be why some of the problems we're having with the lobbies being, I guess, a little glitchy or whatever. I don't want that. So it is wired, and I'm going to make sure it's wired every time because that actually runs better.
So your Ethernet was hooked into your PS5, but it still moved over to a Wi-Fi connection? Wow.
I don't know. It might have gotten disconnected, moving things around or whatever.
Sure.
Junk happened. And then, of course, it didn't register moving it around, and it was like, oh, Wi-Fi's there, so we'll go with Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's funny. I did a test on that literally today. So I've only got one Ethernet cable coming to my rig, and I've got it on the PC and not on my PlayStation, so it's wireless. And my PC saw 950 down, 950 up, and the PlayStation wireless, which is right next to the Deco. Are you still there? Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what happened. I heard a beep and then disappeared. But anyway, the PlayStation was like 30 down and like 12 up. From the same thing, one was hooked up, one was wireless and one was on the Ethernet cable. So I'm not sure. And maybe I've not ever done a speed test with it hooked up to the Ethernet on the PS5, so I'm not sure what if it's even capable of that. I don't know. What kind of speeds do you see, or do you ever check that?
I don't even know. Okay. I just know I'm paying for it, and as long as it comes back and tells me everything is where it needs to be, that's all that matters to me.
Very well, very well.
Hey, it better be good.
Yeah.
No, I don't skimp on the internet, and I don't skimp on the food. I can't. That's two things. Gotta have the best.
Right. Sure. I did all that I could stand. All right, I'm going back and taking a look at the chat. I hadn't seen that for a minute here. Let's see.
As far as working out a strat for this race, I think I started on that strat when we were like before we even did qualifying for Mount Panorama, because I was already looking for this. Like the last 3 or 4 weeks, I was already looking ahead to round 9. Just did not care for those races.
So, Pink Mishi, I bought a CG card. Is that a graphics card? Is that what that is? I bought a pre-built from Newegg that was on sale. The computer is made by Skytech, but there were certain features that I did want. So it does have the, I'm going to say it wrong. It's got the AMD Ryzen 7, I'm thinking it's a 9950 X3D or something along those lines. And then the it does have the GeForce, the NVIDIA 5080, which I know is not the 5090, but I don't want to drop an extra $2,000 just to go to 5090 for something I'm never going to utilize. 32 gigs of DDR5 at 6,000 megahertz or whatever, and then it had 1 terabyte NVMe hard drive, and I added another 2 terabyte stick to it, so it's 3 terabytes, and then it's got liquid cooling on the CPU and whatever else, and pretty lights that light up inside of it. So that's what I've got going on.
Hey, we got the cheater in here now. Cool.
Uh-oh.
Let's see what he can do.
Uh-oh. Cheater alert.
Little did he know that I nerf his Game Shark when he comes into these lobbies.
Sorry, Rick.
Board VPN. Your powers won't work here.
Yeah, Pink, it was, I got my air quotes going. It was a company expense, said computer was. So, yeah, it's the only way I pulled that off. And what I should do, so the old PC that I had in here, I moved it into another toy room. I've got a laser engraver and 3D printer, and then I do gunsmithing and stuff in this other room. But I put the other PC in there, and I just upgraded it to a 4060. So I should probably pull that out, because there's nothing I'm doing with graphics in there, and I need to find out if anybody needs that. Because I've got an old graphics card that was in that PC that would do, I mean, let's be honest, we're running Lightburn, I'm not creating anything. So anyway, that might be on the Discord before long.
All right, see those back out roots ready to go.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see what this Genesis can do. When Root's running it, that is.
I was going to say solid 222, 223. I mean, I've proven that.
Right. Root's got some big shoes to fill. Watch out.
That's right.
They are wet, but they are shoes. Little soggy. Yeah, I actually tried the intermediates for this. Like, that's the first thing I did. I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna work, because the bar is right there, and they're easily a good 2 seconds slower.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I didn't even. Yeah. Once I saw where it was, I just threw on the W's and called it an L. See what I did there?
Right. Well, I didn't even do a whole lap on them. I just saw what I did with them on the out lap, and then compared it to the out lap of the wets. And I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yep, going back.
I didn't even do a whole. No point. But yeah, the car was super slidey on those things. Like, it's you get no grip on them. Now on a drying surface, though, super quick.
Yeah, so Papa, you're asking about that 3060. It's the same as the 4060. It's just the previous gen, so the performance is very, very close to that 4060. But where mine struggled is if I were trying to stream and have the Discord broadcast, you're actually using those resources. The way I understand it, and doing some reading, I'm not pretending to know what I'm talking about, but I did read a little bit. You're actually using those resources twice, or almost twice as much resources by doing that, because you're producing that stream twice. So if not sure how you do it, but if you ever notice, I don't notice this on your streams, but if you ever notice it kind of struggling to maintain 720 or 1080, that was what I was having. I was trying to broadcast 1080, and then it was freezing. So in my mind, that's what the problem was. I may have wasted a whole bunch of money, but a 3060 is going to do most of what you would need to do. All right, Root, let's put a hot one down.
Wish I'd paid more attention to the sector times. Otherwise, I'd know what was good or not.
Yeah, I'll start trying to. I'll start trying to pay
Because
attention.
I'm bad about that on my own times, watching them and hoping they're better or whatever. I know right here, a low 202 or 102 was good, or what I was aiming for. I didn't do that much.
Yeah, in my mind, if I was in the 103s, I was doing pretty good. I remember that part too. So
I know. I think I messed up in that section, because I should have been a little bit faster. I think I was like a 102.5 or something there, and I've gotten to a 102.2 or 2.3. So I knew I lost a couple of tenths there, but I was solid on the back end. Thankfully, had a spoon and everything. It's a little tricky. You have to go in at about as much speed as you can, and then get it to whoa up and be able to get on the accelerator quick enough that you don't lose too much time before you respond, because it's all speed through here. And then you can take this just about flat out. Like, you want to throw it towards that right side if you can. It's scary, but if you stick it just right, though, it's
weird.
It's
It's
so
like
nice.
your car just hooks up perfectly and then just stays on
Yeah.
the inside of that curve if you hit it just right. I did that once out of 30 times or whatever. I was able to hit it right. All right, so Root, you're showing me up here, 220. I know Root's got more than that.
He got more than that. There was a couple of little spots where he can definitely improve. And turn one is really tricky. The car wants to just fly straight left. Like you just like you're on slicks and you hit a wet spot and you're like, nope, brakes, I ain't got those.
See, I'm gonna do a little cheating here because he's in Genesis, so I'm gonna jump in the cockpit here and see what he's doing gearing wise and.
Right.
So I'm usually in third all the way up through there, and then I try to shift to fourth right here just to keep from spinning out, but he's gonna rock third.
Well, Wesley, not necessarily flat out, but more like you feel like, I don't know, you try to push as far as you can. It's kind of a, correct, gets the correct price without going over. And if you go over, you die, kind of thing. With that, because if you don't get it right, well, you're off to the races, and you just keep on going. But it almost feels flat out at times, and you technically kind of can. I haven't tried it. I don't know, maybe, but you gotta have to hit that apex just right, and hope that the car sticks far enough left that it doesn't throw it to the right. Because it'll just keep going.
And technically, you can land on that asphalt on the outside without a pin. And if you can hang on to it, you can generally get it back across the grass without biting it. So,
well, the only thing is it dirties your tires. That asphalt still dirties your tires.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that's the only bad thing about it. It messes up the chicane a little bit. I mean, you can still do good with it, but it makes it where you don't have as much grip on the acceleration out of the chicane. That's the only bad thing about it. Because you know the dirty tires, they stay dirty way too long.
they do. That's what
then
cracks me up. You're driving through a lake. How are your tires not getting cleaned off quick? Doesn't make good sense.
It does not. It's like you're just carrying gravel with your tires. Like there's some super glue on there. Or, yeah, somebody got a little too much out of it.
There we go. 1.5 second improvement. That's better. I think Root's got a high 217 in him. Seemed a lot cleaner through there.
Oh yeah. The S's are really tricky. I mean, you can do them. It's just doing them as quickly as you're able to do them. It's always a mess up one little.
Yep.
And it just continues and continues. It's like a topless. You can't mess up one corner and expect the next 3 or 4 to be your friend. The S's are pretty much, you mess up that first one and every other one, you're offline. Same thing with that. If you don't take that apex just right, you're thrown too far to the left, then you try to take that with a Dayton R2 to get down, and then you're too far into the that green over there, and then the car's stuck, and there's a penalty. Yeah, first gear is your friend. I like throwing it kind of far back into that hairpin, and then just kind of straight accelerating out with first gear, which I don't shift, but I can at least kind of manipulate the time, or like the speed that I go into it and come out, just to make it downshift for me. The bad thing is I've been, and I haven't been doing this because I practice these offline, like with custom racing and everything, and then I come online to make sure it's pretty similar. But when I was practicing earlier, I wasn't having the problem. But when I get into the qualifying, I find a problem with everything. It was missing shifts. Yeah. I don't understand that. Like it was missing shifts. Like it'll like on my lap, like the first one I did, because I kept trying to like get it better right here, but it missed the shift going into this. Like it was trying to downshift and then it upshift, but it was supposed to downshift and was like, like what in the world? It's automatic. You're supposed to be correct every time, right?
That's right. It's supposed to just be what you want it to be.
It's weird. It did that, and then going into the Dayton R's did the same thing. I thought I was about to go off to the left. It just threw me over the apex. I'm glad I held onto it. A little scary.
I thought of you earlier, Shaggy. I was looking for something to 3D print to stick inside the PC case. But anyway, so I'm typing in weird stuff, for searching like racing or GT7 or whatever. And there was this little thing that you can mount on your controller that looks like a steering wheel that maneuvers your joysticks. And I thought about printing that out for you and sending it to you.
That's something I would use on Mario Kart if they ever ported it to PlayStation.
Right.
Be like, yeah, using a wheel? Yeah, for Mario Kart.
That's right. I'm going to send you a picture. It's awesome. So here's where I struggle is getting slowed down enough right here. I usually overshoot that apex just like he almost did, but he saved it. But, man, you got to really get slowed down there.
I actually brake a little bit earlier than you probably need to. So I try to throw the car down to that apex on the right so that when you come up, you can get on the gas quicker and you're not worried about running too far to the left and getting stuck to that green.
K-Dub, welcome in, one of my Dub brothers. Welcome to the chat. Guys, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. I got to make that money. I'm up there in my 53, 54 subscribers. I don't know how many now. I can't see that, but
rolling in the dough.
That's right, rolling in it.
Like a lot of cents, like 50 cents. Nickels.
Yeah, I don't think you get monetized until you get to 500. I don't really know how that works, but I think that's what I understood Sal and them to say. Root had a he had a better one going there, and he overshot that turn just a little bit. Let's see if he can make it up. This has to be clean.
The thing about the chicane, it basically it screams "be brave," because that's all the time that you're gonna want to get is basically trying to drive through that and not die.
Yep, 218.650 is going to be Root's time, which is right on par with about where I was running. So, Root, you and I will be fighting it out in whatever split we land on. Split 7, split 8, wherever we go. $218.65. Good job, Root.
Yeah, just a little bit of advice that last chicane. Try to turn, because you're getting into where you're almost getting a penalty if you get it just right. Basically, every line on this track, especially in the rain, if you're almost getting a penalty, you're probably doing it right.
So you're saying on that hard left, you're saying right tires on the curb.
You want to just clip the crap out of the apex, and then you want to immediately have the car turn left to basically do the same thing to that next apex.
Okay.
And then you'll sit your car a little bit on the curb on the exit, and then you don't want to fully exit there because it's the water always stands pretty heavy right there. I don't know why, but it feels like you don't get enough traction until you get around that corner just a little bit, and then you can fully accelerate through. Right, it's weird how that works.
So Wesley got me squared away here. He's saying you got to have 500 subs with 3,000 watch hours or 3 million short views. So I think I'm only like 450 subscribers away, about 2,997 hours away, and roughly 2.99999 million short views. So I'm definitely on my way. On my way.
See, I like math, but I don't want to do it. So this is why I don't stream. Like, I'm on my fingers. I don't want to do it. Nah, I'll just sit here and chill. I'll be good.
It's so funny. My daughter, and I think this is just all kids nowadays. They're so ate up with YouTube. Of course, she's got kids YouTube. She's done. And when I told her I was going to do this, she's like, "Oh my gosh, you're going to be famous." I was like, "No, babe. There's like literally 3 people will watch the next 5 streams." So she doesn't get it in her mind that this doesn't just blast out to the world, and millions of views. It's like, no, it doesn't quite work that way. So now she's like, "Oh, well, you got a microphone and a camera. Can I start streaming?" I'm like, "No, I don't think a 9-year-old girl has any business. Well, not mine anyway. I shouldn't say that about anybody else, but that just seems weird. So probably not."
Well, your kids are going to think you're rock stars. Like you're like, oh, you're going to be like, people are going to be watching you like play the game. And then you're, thinking about all these YouTubers and whatever that have millions and millions, close to billion.
Oh yeah, Mr. Beast and all those. Yeah.
They're like, you be that famous? They're like, nah, they've been doing it for a long time. Yeah. A lot of them have anyway.
And they're way smarter and got much better content than I do. So there's that too. All right, who's our next victim? We need some more victims in here in the old Monsoon Lagoon. Oh, here comes somebody. Who we got? Who do we have here? Mr. T. Calvert. Hey, y'all, it's T. Calvert. I like that, his automatic chat every time he pops in.
I probably shouldn't have ate so much food before I did this. I felt like I weighed the car down a little too much.
Oh, my wife DoorDashed. She got me some grilled pork chops and German potatoes, and I'm not gonna lie. I was like, man, I'm just gonna have a pork chop. And then that one was so good, and then I ate the other pork chop, and then these potatoes are pretty good. And so then I'm running down here last second to try to get stuff set up that I was already behind on. So anyway, yeah, glad I got a comfy chair here. Kick back in.
See, I think this is what happened with my qualifying because I didn't get the time I wanted at Mount Panorama. I had just ate like chicken Alfredo, and it was like a meal. It was like a family size, but sometimes I identify as a family of 4. So I ate the whole thing, and I shouldn't have done that. I didn't have time to digest it or anything, so I felt like I weighed the car down like 50 pounds.
So for next
don't
season,
recommend it.
see, we should get one emergency, bathroom break, during qualifying. We just, got to be a signal or something that you just know that we get to come back because, whatever, lactose intolerance or whatever happened.
No, I don't think I'm lactose intolerant. I think I just eat too much of whatever there is to eat.
Right, yeah.
If there's a burger, I probably went over it. This is why we can't have nice things at PHG, because I ate all the food. Probably. Yeah, they mentioned jalapeno poppers, and I was like, I don't know. I don't want my stomach to be that messed up, but at the same time, I'm like, that sounds good. I could go for those.
And I'm going to tell you, Sam's had some in their meat section for a while. I haven't seen them for a long time. But, they're traditional, like, cream cheese stuffed jalapenos, but wrapped in bacon and already on a skewer. You just throw them on the grill, and they're the best dang poppers you'll ever eat. They were fabulous, but I haven't seen them come back.
I've seen those at ATV. Yeah, they look really good.
That's the problem with Sam's. You found something you love, and then they ditch it.
Oh.
Racer 51, we got Pablo Chacon. Check out this rough car. This thing here, he's not taking very good care of this thing, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it didn't make it out of round 5.
Yeah.
I think it was there, but it's been abused since then, apparently. It's a barn find if there ever was one. Where's Leo at? I was gonna make a Mazda joke about somebody leaving the Mazda in the barn and forgetting about it because that's what they do with Mazdas, but
Yeah, you know what you call a Mazda barn find?
What?
Scrap metal. It's a junker's dream. All right, how you gonna get a penalty, Racer, on a practice lap? Come on now.
I saw it coming. I saw him clip it too much. I mean, but that's the thing. You try to throw it into Digner 1, and you're like, It's easy to misjudge it a little bit.
All right, so what I missed, I saw Papa say, "Guess what? Susan got him," and then I didn't see. Did he answer? Let's see. Turbo. Guess what, Susan? I got for okay. Correct, Shaggy. We need to discuss the meals. Yeah, okay. Turbo. Thank you, Rob. So did you not? Okay, got a little 4-pound brisket. Okay, you got a brisket. All right.
Thank you.
So we're all headed to Colorado, not for 4 pounds. Shaggy and I got to catch the next round on the 20-pound brisket.
That is correct. I'm in Texas though, so there's gonna be some good brisket here.
That's true.
Yeah, that's like default. It's here somewhere. It's gonna be good.
I was stationed in Millington, Tennessee for about a year and a half through school, and of course right next to Memphis, and man, there was no shortage of good barbecue there. I miss that. Oh, you got a
also
smoker. Okay, got a smoker. Sorry, I missed all that, Papa. So you got a smoker. What'd you get? Did you get a like an egg? Did you get a pellet smoker? What are we talking? Oh, pit boss. Those are nice.
Something I do want to point out, and this was agreed on in Discord by both Bobigito and Jorge. Tomorrow, the very final session will be them head-to-head in the qualifying.
Oh, very nice.
Because it pretty much to them as far as they're technically both still in the hunt for overall winner of the regular season. Currently, only 9 points separate them.
So now,
So basically, who wins the race probably wins it all.
so Shaggy, now what they probably will do, if I know those guys, they're gonna sandbag a little bit. That would be my guess.
A little bit.
I don't know. I mean, they still got to fight for top split, so I mean, they're gonna have to push it, but I don't
Well, see,
know.
that's the thing. There's 5 extra points for having the overall qualifier.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So they're gonna push it. Okay. Good.
If Bobagito gets overall qualifier right, that's 5 points closer. If he wins it, then he probably wins the whole thing. But if Jorge, say, gets that 5 points, then even a win from Bobagito, and he might not win overall.
Unless he were to lead the most laps, right?
Yeah, like it's going to come down to bonus points. If Jorge wins, then he wins the whole thing. If Bobagito wins, it's going to have to work out just right for the bonus points.
Wow, that's too close.
It is very close. They both have 4 wins on the year. Nobody else has won. They're very selfish like that. But it's okay.
Papa,
they definitely their wins.
Papa, I have been known to travel long distances for good food. So I mean, don't tempt me with a good time. And keep talking about the smoker. No, that's awesome. I went egg, not the green egg, didn't go that route, but I went, I don't remember what, Vision I think it was. I think it was at Sam's at something, but I went with that, one of the ceramic eggs years ago, and we ended up getting rid of the gas grill, and that's been our go-to. But we did put a griddle out in the kitchen, and now the griddle is a go-to. So the griddle and the egg, that's my jam out there in the kitchen.
Now, while I have had brisket and I've had, a good bit of, just anything from a cow, I don't always eat it. I'm a big seafood eater. Anything from the ocean, I've probably ate it. I grew up in South Mississippi, so like the seafood industry there is just, it's always on point.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
Over here, it's a little bit of everything. It's a lot of surf and turf. You can go places and you can get your steak on, and then you can, shrimp and crawfish and catfish and whatever. I fished way too much, so I ate way too much fish growing up. I was always at a pond or a lake or whatever. Didn't matter how I got there, I was coming back with something.
Sure. Yeah, I was fortunate last weekend. I don't know, not this past week. The weekend before, when I was on vacation, a few of my buddies went out with another buddy of mine down in Panama City, and we got into some big red snapper, big red grouper. We caught a few of the biggest gag groupers I've ever seen in my life, but of course gags are out. That's a whole nother story. I do not know why they do the seasons the way they do. I mean, if when you're this, Shaggy, if you're fishing for red grouper, you're also fishing for snapper and all those reef fish like that. So when you're out in deeper water and you're bringing these fish up, the chances of them not surviving is pretty high. We ended up having, of the 5 big gags we caught, we had 3 of them floating. And we even had one of the guys on our boat that I've known forever. He was a captain down there forever. I mean, he just grabs them, puts them in his arms, he takes off, he just dives in. He's going down 30 or 40 feet trying to get them pushed down, and they just come back up, and here you just see these fish floating and nothing you can do about it. They really need to do something about those seasons and how that works, because that's just a waste. Breaks your heart to see a 35-pound gag grouper floating off knowing a shark or something else going to get hold of it.
Right. I always hate seeing that when, anything is wasted.
But it was an awesome trip. We ended up having, I think it was about 85 pounds of cleaned meat when we got done. So we already had a neighborhood fish fry. We did that 2 nights ago, so that was good.
Right. I didn't do a lot of like saltwater fishing or anything. There was a lot of freshwater, brim, bass, catfish, anything from a pond. Maybe some brackish water stuff.
Some trout, flounder.
Yeah. a little bit here and there. I think we got some goat head off of was it Dolphin Island or sheephead, whatever it is.
Sheephead, yeah, sheephead.
And
goat head probably tastes different, but yeah.
Yeah, that's about as far as we went with that. Because we were over there, we were doing a lot of crabbing and everything as well. You know, so a lot of blue crab over there. Awesome stuff.
Yeah,
Take them back and boil and everything.
September 1st through the 14th is I think the only time this year in the Gulf that pretty much all of those reef fish are open. So gags, red grouper, red snapper, and amberjack are all going to be in season for 2 weeks. So I was trying to plan a trip down there, had some buddies say they were going to go, and then I told them how much it cost, and then, well, I would, but I can't, and blah, blah, blah. And so ended up just canceling that trip yesterday. That one broke my heart. But so if I got any buddies on here, if you guys love to fish, just call me. I'll meet you there and we'll go. I'm all about it.
Yeah, I haven't fished in years now. I haven't really done much over here since I've been in Texas. I was back home and I knew all the spots, and the people that could just you could call in a moment's notice and be like, grab a boat, let's go.
So now, how far are you right now from Lake Fork?
Where's that? What is that?
Lake Fork. Lake Fork. It's a huge bass lake in Texas, but I don't remember where in Texas.
Yeah, I've never heard of it, so probably pretty far.
Okay.
I'm in just south of Houston.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to Google it and get back with you on that. All right, Racer 51 right now is in the lead with a 217 flat. Pablo Chacon looking like a 218.5 is his best right now. T. Calvert sitting in the 220s. He rides that range struggle bus just like me. So Turbo, we keep talking about it. Like, we're going to retire in about 5 years, and so we have tossed around going to Florida. Our favorite places though have just gotten so busy. It's got to the point where we don't even really enjoy. We enjoy going to the beach, but one of my favorites is we go to Destin. I love to go to McGuire's and Dewey Destin's and a few of the places we'd love to eat. And it's gotten to where, unless you go completely off season, you're waiting an hour, and then you got to deal with crazy traffic on the way. So I don't know. We're on the fence. We're talking about, her family's all from Tennessee, so we're talking about maybe landing in Tennessee or Alabama, somewhere we can still get down to the beach faster than we can from Indiana, but we're not right in the middle of it. So, but I love it. So Turbo, you're okay. Southwest Florida. So if you've got fishing connections, you just holler at me. I've actually got a colleague in the Tampa area, and I think it's like a 32-foot contender with quad outboards on it. He's invited me down a couple times, and we just haven't been able to make it work. But we may have to meet. We may have to meet up there and go fishing. Okay, yep. Not too far south of Tampa.
I wish I'd had more time to test a few other things out as far as brake bias and everything, but I wanted to go ahead and get everything knocked out as far as setting the lap. That way we could work the strategy out and everything. I pretty much have what I need to do or what I want to do for the race.
You bring up a good point, Shaggy. So do you notice much? I got to believe it's less that you notice the brake bias in the rain, but obviously you noticed something to have mentioned it.
Yeah, because I'm wondering, for certain corners, if I could have made the car, I guess, stand out a little more and kind of point a little better into the like going into the S's, because I'm always running front brake bias. Like that's just a thing with the Ferrari. It doesn't matter if it's an FR, MR, whatever. It's just how it feels. And every now and then I switch it up, depending on if it's gonna drastically change and get it to what I want it to do. The rain is a little different though. I have a specific thing I wanted to do, and it's just to get into the corner, basically turn the nose quick enough that when I get just over the apex, I can get on the gas immediately. And if the car doesn't want to respond well enough, then I want to try to switch things around and get it to working right. Like for qualifying, I used TC2. I used whatever was going to help me, and hopefully help me. Oh, he did snag a 216.
Yeah, he
right
jumped in there.
That's big.
Just barely.
Yeah. But yeah, just little things here and there, just to make a little more consistent laps.
It's a really nice improvement from Pablo Chacon. He bettered by a half second. Let's go check out everybody's times here. Racer 51 with a just cutting under a 217. Pablo Chacon 217.7, and T. Calvert with a 224.5. T. Calvert, I feel you, sir. I feel you.
No, like the races in the previous weeks, I really didn't take them serious or really try to work out anything. But when it comes to rain and doing anything involving the rain, and I do like Suzuka. Like for the longest time, it was a track that I struggled at even in the dry. But then I kind of started to find pace and work on it a good bit. And then we had GT-WS races here, and I just kept finding more and more speed.
So okay,
just finding confidence.
Shaggy, I would consider you, like, your alien status. You're a really fast driver. Just curious if you're at liberty to say how many hours a week do you think you put into this, or is it absolutely none of my business, which is a fair answer as well.
Not as much as you think.
Okay.
Actually.
Okay.
I really don't do as much as I used to. Like, because pretty much all the stats on my main account are from when I used to, go pretty, hard into it, like the dailies and everything. But now it's maybe an hour a day, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah. Sometimes I'll just skip. It's just when there's different content, there's just nothing going. For GT7 lately with PD and their crappy updates and all, there's not a lot to want to do with it, other than pretty much whatever I make. And then I'm like, I get people interested in it, and that's the only thing keeping me on the game right now.
Sure.
Is the fact that I did this, and then people want to do it.
Yeah, no, this is a lot of fun. I'm so glad you put this together. Steven, you that's the wrong way, sir. Also, I've never noticed until just watching that your front hazard lights on the Ferrari are actually dot LEDs. I had never noticed that before. Right there. Just above the headlights. Never noticed that. Yeah, so I go in spurts. There's times I'll get down here in this thing 3-4 times in a week, maybe for a couple hours at a time, and then I may go a week without even touching it. I'm gonna say, Mr. Seal. Oh, okay. You just started qualifying. I thought maybe he lost his wheel there for a second, but
no, he said he was ready.
Okay.
Yeah, but I am hoping he does good though, because Ferrari
That's
power.
Right. That's right. I mean, put a big target on his butt, so I don't know.
That is interesting.
It is.
See, I was wondering why the choice of words, because I hadn't looked up and I was like, oh, there's an actual target, and he has the Mariners emblem on the top.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh yeah, I see that. So is this a Hogston livery or just a Hogston fan?
I'm not sure though.
It's got Steven.
It made me think of Ichiro just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, which I thought was pretty awesome.
Simple, but a good looking livery. No, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Okay. But basically, the whole deal with him was he was supposed to be the first unanimous Hall of Fame all-around ballot ever, but one guy said no.
Oh wow.
And I think it's anonymous, so we don't know who it is, but I'm pretty sure he would be getting death threats if somebody knew who he was.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because it was like a no-brainer.
That's right. You tell him, Papa. Like and subscribe. You heard the man. Yeah, so Turbo said that you probably saw that, but I guess he witnessed a 2:15.9 from JK85 in a practice lobby. So I was hoping for just that one guy, but looks like there's more of you.
Well, see, here's the thing. Talon went with me, so I turned the nerves off because I was racing as well. I didn't want to, hurt myself.
Yeah.
But if anybody moves now, then the nerf is on. So
sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So probably, kind of have to lower that a couple of tenths, for everybody. But when Jorge and Bobajito get out there, I'm gonna like put the super nerf on.
Super nerf 3.0. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Car's gonna feel like a bag of bricks. If the M6 and the Genesis X don't already feel like a bag of bricks, they will now.
So wait, JK85s, you're saying you're off to bed, you're running 2:15s in practice. I mean, you're ready to go, and you're skipping quality tonight and going to bed.
Well, to be fair, he is. I'm assuming he's across the pond, so it's very late for him there.
Yeah, but he's primed.
Like,
I mean, he's right there. He's focused. He's dialed in.
At 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's right.
This is the way. Yeah.
Go brew that coffee. Squeeze in that quality.
But no, he may have work in a few hours. Never know. Steven is drifting, and I'm all for it.
Thank you, Mr. Duncan. Yeah, JK85. He's in the UK, so he'll be on tomorrow. All right, good deal.
I know he's from there, though, but I always have to ask though because he could be from the UK on an American account, or just over here, but being from there, like Wrench Winch is.
Like Winchy.
Yeah, but he's actually there.
That's right.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but he's there.
Oh, Racer 51, that was still a good time. But a 2:16.1 in practice, that's smoking. That's the way that works, though. Use up all the good stuff and then head over to Shaggy's lobby.
Yeah, that's
the way I do it.
I had to stop myself, otherwise I was going to end up the same way. I'm like, no, I can hit 216. I'm fine.
Walk away. Walk away.
Yeah, I pushed too hard to try the 215 like Talon, and I ended up running 217 because I can't get focused and my hands hurt.
Yep. There's my fellow jarhead, Mr. Jack Skellington's in the house. Hey, Jack, how are you this evening?
Yeah, every line here is very slick in this. Yeah, I had to do some testing on this because I was trying to find. Well, for each track, like this is just what 5, like RO5 for the rain, and it's about 67% of the bar. And on other surfaces on the tracks, it might feel a little less slippery, it might feel a little more slippery.
Yeah, I would love to know what goes into the programming or whatever, like the low spots on the track, are they slippery because they're puddled more, that sort of stuff. Don't know.
I feel like it's more of a groove, and I feel like the rain. I think it collects a little too much in the racing line. Like you want to try to go a little off the line when you can. I know it's so hard. It's a pretty narrow track in a lot of places, but you still kind of try to have to lay the apex a little bit and cut, I guess, a little harder in certain corners. That way you get the acceleration in like a wetter or a less wet surface. I don't know. It just really depends. It's really weird. The physics either make sense or they don't make sense at all with this game.
Physics, thank you. That's the word that was escaping me a while ago. I was using every word but that.
We will look up the encyclopedia and we'll find the correct word.
There you go.
Eventually. I'm still trying to remember a movie that me and my girlfriend said we wanted to watch together, and then it's been like 3 days and I still don't remember what movie that was. So I'm still trying to find that word. I still don't know.
Not Happy Gilmore 2. That seems to be what everybody's watching here in the last week or two.
I watched some clips though. It's gonna be great. There's like 70-something cameos in that movie. Like holy crap!
Yeah,
and they were able to find most of the cast or the original cast, but they did lose a couple of members since.
Yeah,
it's been 29 years.
That's crazy.
Okay. Yeah. Like Adam Sandler was 29 when the movie came out, and it's been 29 years. Like that was half his life ago. It's insane. Actually, the first movie I ever watched in theaters. Could you imagine that?
Well, you're just telling us how young you are.
No, I mean, that was still 1996. Been a bit.
Mr. Seals throwing down a 2:19.4 on his first. No, that was his second lap. Okay, yeah, that's weird. So we got a red lap on the second one. He either pitted or it's doing one of those crazy lobby things. I'm not sure.
I think you have to back out, go back in, and it'll reset correctly, or it won't. I don't know. At least the lobby is like is
smooth
acting. Yeah. I think that's what it was. Cause I was looking up everything. I'm like, why is it drawn from Wi-Fi and not the LAN cable? Like everything's hooked up. It's just, I guess one day it said, "Nah, I'm good. I'm head out," and then disconnected itself and threw the Wi-Fi on. I don't know.
Yeah, and a couple people really got up in arms about it, but you know what? We're doing the best we can, and
I mean, yeah, things happen. Like the stream is gonna freeze at times, and trying to find every little thing that's wrong with it, and sometimes it's not even my fault. Like I've had times where it was wired, and it was just PD servers being complete trash. But
yep, Papa,
I'm always gonna blame PD.
Papa, I was in Millington from 93 to 95, I believe. I had A school and B school there. So I believe it was about a year, almost 2 years, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, looks like he has one more chance at a lap. He's improved every time, though.
He did. Yeah, he has.
Now, I don't think this car is the best in the rain compared to a few other MRs. I know it's really good, but as far as like testing and practicing, I love anything in the rain. I've always favored the Lambo more than the Ferrari in the rain, but that transition time when it goes and you're needing intermediates and it gets really light, the Ferrari just feels like it's light as a feather and flying, and still maintaining grip. And then the Lambo is just, it turns off the grip, it turns off the handling, and then it doesn't know what it's doing. But it's also really, really good in the dry, when it starts drying out, until the tires die.
So it's funny.
And it spins out.
I'm a huge Ferrari fan, and I think I've said it in Discord. I will have a Ferrari, hopefully, in the next 10 years. It may be old and beat up and have 300,000 miles, but I will have one. But there's been this thing, how these guys, I don't know how much time you spend on Facebook. I spend too much, but they're always doing these giveaways, like Porsche giveaways and money and blah, blah, blah. And there's one right now, and I can't remember the company, something Legend. But anyway, they're giving away a 2022 SF90. I'm gonna say it wrong, Stradale or something, and it's got all the, bells and whistles on it from Ferrari. It's the only time I've ever went on and bought something dumb and completely overpriced. But by God, I've got my 8,000 my 8,000 chances or whatever. So my wife laughed at me hysterically earlier, and she says, "What are you buying?" I bought a mystery box, so it could have a T-shirt, it could have $10 in it. Cost me $100, but we'll see. So, but there's that chance. I mean, I might get that Ferrari. Who knows?
Well, see, I don't want any of the new ones. And I think it's the last year that they made the 458 was 2015. I'm like, that's perfect, but the car's still $225K.
Yeah, and the 488. I was always the big 458 fan, and then I like the 488 just a little bit more, and it's refined a little bit more and has just a little bit more horsepower. But I agree with you that style to me they're beautiful. They were some of the prettiest Ferraris ever put out.
I think you can do too much and just ruin a car as far as like an iconic style. Like I think it was Turbo posted a picture of the a newer WRX. I'm not a fan. Like,
I saw that. Yeah, brand new, coming off the trailer. So.
Yeah. Well, it's nice. It's shiny, but it's I don't know. It's lacking that, because I've seen a couple of them around town, and it was like probably an early 2010s. The same with the BRZ. Like I think they have 2015. I don't know if they make any new ones, but that's where it's going to be. I don't want anything newer than that. It's just that's the style I want. But then they have to change everything up because I don't know why. The focus group was off their meds. I don't know.
Well, everybody thinks they have to change it, right? That's just the nature of the beast. It has to be changed one way or the other. I don't know why they do that, but it seems to be the trend.
Yeah. And it's easily ruined, unfortunately.
Yep.
Now, what was it? The 488? The newer one?
Yeah, the 488 come out right after the 458. It was the successor to the 458.
See, now if they want to add another group car for Ferrari, that'd be really nice. To add that, so we have a different Ferrari to play with.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
We've Turbo is in VR, so he might not see my message. I don't know. But if you can hear me, though, are you ready?
Oh, our first Porsche. I gotta say it right before they come after me. The first Porsche of the evening.
I still say Porsche. I don't care. Let them hate.
So, Papa, you probably know, but everything closed up in Millington and it became a ghost town. Last I knew, there's hardly anything there. I'm sure you have some similar stories as I from a few of the local establishments that we can talk about later. But that place got a little bit rowdy.
Now, Turbo should have a very good chance at a quick lap here. The Porsche's good in anything. Doesn't matter what it is, any kind of condition. It's just a good all-around car, and it has the advantage of being an MR for this.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week. Porsches, you could get into that anywhere, and you're going to do okay. Maybe not the fastest, certainly not the slowest, but you're going to do fine.
I think it probably has the best first and second gear of any Group 3 car, next to the Ferrari as far as like acceleration and how much stability you have. Like, it's just very good, especially with hairpins. It's just perfect.
Which is why, like you say, it should do well at this track, because there are a few hairpins that you got to come out in first and slam it in.
Or very tight.
Yeah.
So she can do good at the hairpin. It should still be pretty good because you can drop down the second or third for spoon, and then the chicane at the end you can run first through there briefly.
So Steven said that was a car that he used in a 200 lapper that Hawkston put on, and it's just a funny livery. Hey, I thought it was nice. I thought it was a good looking, simple livery. All but the Mariners thing on top.
Yeah.
So Dan, you think there will be no 217s in the top split?
I don't think it means necessarily there will be 217s, but probably a guarantee is, or if you even want to have a chance, is to get a 216.
Yeah, Vetter Dan said he thinks that 216 will be the cutoff for top split, and I hope not, but it could be. We'll see.
I hope so, because I'm in there.
yeah, you're in there.
Because I was thinking I wasn't going to have enough speed. I was thinking that most people were going to be, running 214s, 215s. I don't know. I was asking Jorge, is this good? And he couldn't tell me. I was like, whisper it to me. And then he said jalapeno poppers. It made me hungry.
Yeah.
So then I said, is that good?
So guys, that's how you throw Shaggy off his game. I mean, you just really get to start talking about, food. And so, wait, do you listen to the stream when you're racing, Shaggy?
Oh, no, I don't.
Okay, never mind.
It's turned off, and I'm just on the race, and that's it.
Focused. I'm focused.
Like, if it was a race that didn't necessarily matter, wasn't for points, like something for, a charity event or a fun lobby or whatever, yeah, I'd be on that and having fun with it. I wouldn't really care. But something I want to focus on, and, especially with anything in the rain, I want to do well. I find my place of zen in the rain. Might be an oxymoron, but, just feels nice to me.
Yeah, you like it. You're near the, you've always been near the ocean. You're a very marine human. So yeah, you just like it in the rain, like it in the water.
Yeah, I mean, I built ships and I was on the water for a while. Not as much as like if you were aboard like a naval ship and that was what you were working, or like a tanker or whatever. But I was on them a lot, working, and seeing dolphins every day is pretty cool.
I'll tell you, it would have to be a tough life, but a couple years ago we were on vacation. It was this young couple. They were like 20, 21. And the dude was, he worked on a rig. He had done it since he was 18 years old, and he's out there for 6 months at a time, and then he's home for 6 months. But don't quote me on this, but I think he told me he made something like $200,000 in that 6 month span. So, I don't think you could do it as a married dude with kids, but dadgum, if you were young and looking to put away a nest egg.
It's dependent on what his job is on it, but yeah, he's very capable of that. Yeah, I've had many opportunities to go on. I've had people that, wanted me to come on with them and everything. And, once you find out how long you're going to be gone, and if you're trying to, not be gone that long, I'm like, I could probably do a month, but I can't be gone a half a year. Even though I'm going to be, off a half a year, it's just, I don't know. I feel like you're missing too much. Yeah, if you're single, it's not as bad. If you have kids, it's just, it's going to hurt unless you just don't care.
But even still, you got to have a certain, you got to be in a certain spot mentally to be able to be out on a rig for 6 months without seeing land. That would have to mess with you after a while.
Yeah, I imagine it would.
Oh, sorry, Papa. I did it again. Did it again. Nobody yelled at me yet. I bet we'll see a high 217 out of turbo before this all shakes out.
Yeah, there's definitely room for improvement. There's a few places that it looked like he didn't quite nail them on the first lap.
2/10 off there at that split. Yeah, Dan, 2:15.5. Man, that is, I'm sure they're out there, but gosh, that's completely unobtainable by myself for sure.
Yeah, I think the max I could probably get for what I guess connecting everything, I could probably break into the 215s, but like I was very confident being able to run the mid 216. As far as like, I know I can just go out there, and if I mess up a little bit, it's still going to be a solid 216. Because when I first started this, like, I didn't really gain much from when I first started putting laps down. Because I love the range, so you kind of I pick it up kind of quick compared to other things in the game. So I didn't want that much room for improvement, but at least I have a second 710, something like that. So I was running like 0.8, 0.9. Pretty easy when I first started.
My reference is just way off in the rain. Again, I just don't spend much time there. But like, say dailies, like say it's Monday, there's new dailies. I'll go look at the times. I'll run a few laps and go, okay, yeah, I see where I had 10 mistakes that could make up, a lot of that time and get really close. In the case of this track and what I was doing, there was a couple laps there I felt like, man, I felt like I nailed everything pretty good, and it was, low 218. So then, to come in here and watch these guys running a low 216 and guys talon 250. I mean, it's just like, holy crap, I don't know. Usually you know where you made some mistakes and where you can make up that time, and I don't know. So I've got some work to do. I've got to put in some time tomorrow before qualifying for sure.
Some word association is throttle control. It's all throttle control. It's like I guess you get the idea that you want to be on the gas as much as you can. You're trying to just maintain the speed and everything, but at the same time you need to feel for grip. Like you can get on the gas on one lap, like all the way through, not worried about anything, but in the next lap you can get on the gas at specific times and run just as fast or faster. Because it's like I guess it's not connecting and getting grip. Like you would think it would. It's weird like that. Like I said, the physics.
Like you said, weird. Yeah, you're slightly off that line, so you got better grip. Not far enough off the line to screw you up for the next turn, but far enough off the racing line to give you a little more grip, perhaps. All right, so right. Turbo's up. He's got a lot to do here in the last little section if he wants to get down to that low 218. Don't think he's going to pull it off on this lap, but he'll have another lap to go. And
to answer Dan's question, wet or dry line, I think it's car dependent, and it's also corner dependent as well. Some places you can probably run the dry line, or like what the normal racing line would be, and it would be better. But in some corners, you kind of want to be off of it a little bit, but mostly on your, I guess, where you plant the car at to accelerate out. Like for, I guess, FR and MR, it's going to be a little different where you put the car, whether you're on the dry line or the, just off of it a little bit, because it's going to react a little different. So you just kind of have to play around with it. Like I couldn't tell you a specific thing. Like I've only, since doing this, I've only practiced with the Ferrari. So for the Ferrari, I was pretty much racing the racing line itself for the most part.
All right, Turbo's up 7/100ths there in that split. He's down 218.4, so that's a good time in my book. Maybe not the best as it pertains to the rest of the field, but still solid. All right, let's see this split here. 103. Ooh, okay. Yeah, he lost a bunch of time through there. So right there, Shaggy, you're saying you like to go out a little bit and then cut back in and get straight quicker to where you can get back on the gas quicker.
Well, that one is I go off the racing line there, because like if you go kind of center through the corner, That's pretty much where it feels like the actual racing line would be. You'd be just I don't know, half a car length from the inside apex, and then not so far outside. I think it's either or. Like it just, I don't know. It depends what lap I'm on, because it felt like I could probably get the same acceleration going wide, probably a little more wide, than going kind of cutting right on the apex and trying to get it down to first gear and then accelerate on through. It's a little different. Like in the middle, it felt like it was bogging down. Like I wasn't able to turn the car just right.
Yeah, I've noticed when we've had dailies at this track in Group 3 that, I would try to take that turn, that hairpin different ways, and I felt like a couple of times when I went wide and then turned back in, I felt like it was faster. But when I was on my Ghost, I noticed that you could go through there 3 or 4 different ways and have about the same speed coming out. So
yeah, it's gonna be very interesting during the race for that particular corner, because it's going to be very narrow. As far as the dry line, when it's drying out, it's kind of like if you don't get it right, you can end up just going. You're not going to stop.
Yeah,
you get caught with
transitioning then maybe from now. Do you see a transition from wet to intermediates occurring, or do you feel like somebody will be on wets and then go straight off to a hard or racing compound?
See, that's what I think about it though. The way hards are required, so it's gonna affect it a little bit. Let me just do this real quick. I'll make sure this is figured out with turbo's time and all. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to remember or at least what I've worked out. I know you can pit, because I don't see fuel saving beneficial. As far as overall, I mean, you can save a little bit, and it might help you, but with how quickly the rain comes in and then it's wet for a while, I wouldn't save. But you might have to make 2 pit stops or 1 pit stop before the rain hits, because it's a good long time before the rain hits. I know it's about halfway through the race itself, or a little bit over halfway, the rain starts.
So you're saying, if somebody started on hards, fuel is going to be the issue before the rain hits, probably then?
Yeah, your fuel, your tires will outlast your fuel.
Okay.
Is what it is. Yeah. So you can play with it a little bit there. Like it'll go dry, pit, dry, rain. Like you can either use the wets or the inners. Like it just depends on what you want the after result to be. Because it will dry up, so it's like, how long do you want to run the wets on a dry surface? Because if you choose the wets, you have to pit earlier for the next slick compound, because the wets are going to be awful when it starts drying out. The inners will be more formidable, for a longer run, like I did with round 5, and I was running about as long as I could, get a couple extra laps led, running the intermediates. It just depends on what you want it to be. I'm always a fan of running the wet tires or whatever I have as long as I can until they're basically dead, and then come in with a drier track and the slicks or whatever.
Sure.
So it's just really what you want the end result to be, to go over to the slicks.
All right, I got to step away here for just a few minutes. If somebody pops in here and starts, I'll get back to them here in just a second. But I'll be back here in just a few minutes, guys.
Turbo, they are being updated. I don't know if they're finished just yet, but I'll have to check in with Titanium and see if she's finished them. She's working on that, and life gets in the way of things. So we'll see, and we'll have them posted. As soon as I know about them, I'll let y'all know. Yeah, I would have them updated, quicker myself, but I don't have the computer and the documents and everything, all of that stuff to fill out and put everything in. But also probably wouldn't have time, work and everything.
So no takers while I was gone.
Nope, not yet. Yeah, I'm just sitting here updating this stuff on Discord. Took a little time to do that.
Right on.
Yeah.
Papa, are you going to be in tomorrow? Who else? Anybody on the chat planning on coming in this evening?
I guess I could go back to putting a poll in Discord, asking, see who's going to be possibly showing up each night.
Yeah.
I don't usually do that because people kind of will just kind of show up at their own leisure.
Sure.
I'm like, well, if you show up, you show up. You don't, you don't.
That's
you
right.
know,
That's right.
There's no obligation to do it. Want to have a little fun? Pop in. That's all.
Yeah, exactly, Papa. Not seen any McLarens yet tonight. Papa says hoping to be in tomorrow. So, as will I. I'm gonna wait till the last minute, jump in with Jorge and Bobagito, and try to take them out as many times as I can. Although that doesn't work when you're behind them.
It does not.
And then you're ghosting when you get laps, so that takes my whole plan away. So, never mind.
It's still fun to, I remember watching. You can tell when somebody's new when they think that they can just drop back. I guess if you make them mad, they want to take you out, but they drop back. They're a lap down. Try to take you out as a ghost.
Yeah.
It doesn't work too well.
Good luck with that.
It's so hilarious to watch them try.
So I did officially retire my PHG-GT-WS account, a week before when I finally got my A+ back. So my second account used to be called CWS2, and now it's called GRBP_CWS. So I'm sure you guys can figure out, what that means. That's Great Racers, Better People, CWS. So when you see that name out there, do not wreck me. I'm on your team. I'm just not going to lose my A+ again. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Keep it nice and pristine.
That's right. That's right. I'm a high B in my alt account, and I'm going to work on that this week in some dailies. I did 2 races. That's the thing I forget about the B races. I jumped in that race B yesterday as a B, and it was just bumper cars. There's not a lot of clean racing to be had with the other B drivers. At least not in that race. I shouldn't say that that's always true, but it was pretty rough.
Yeah, I don't think those races. I don't ever take those races serious with alt accounts. No way.
See, Papa, don't you think that's a good idea for when you retire your account, your secondary account becomes GRBP? I think that's solid. I think I should start that. That should be a tradition.
Yeah, Papa's got to get his account back up to A+. He was there for I think races, and then I told him, "You got to retire it. You got to retire it." He didn't listen to me.
Here's what I love about Papa, but I agree, he does. He needs to focus back in. But what I love watching, and Papa knows this, his streams are entertaining, and to me, one of the reasons is he'll jump into a daily race and try this car, and then he'll try the next car and the next car, and so he's checking out all the cars and kind of telling everybody about it. But meantime, he's never, he's not dialed in on that one. I mean, obviously he lands on McLaren whenever he can, but I do love that he'll switch it up. But Papa, you got to get that A+, and then we're going to do that with your secondary account, your GRBP_Papa account.
Since we're using abbreviations, had me thinking AARP.
So yes, Papa and I are also close to utilizing AARP, but that's not what I'm talking about.
It's 4 letters. Who cares?
That's right.
It's okay.
Oh goodness, yeah, and the Viper seems to be just it just seems to be the meta without question in race B this week. I did see a couple Ferraris up there. I tried the BMW and the Vipers just walk off in the straights. It's not even questionable. You can't even maintain them in slip. But there were some Ferraris.
The Viper definitely does benefit when there's any track with at least 2 long straights. Then it's probably going to be the meta or a good alternative for it.
Sure.
As long as the turns are high-speed turns, then you're probably fine. You don't have too many to where you have to, I guess, break hairpins and everything would hurt it more. But you got a couple of mid-speed turns, and then everything else you can still go pretty quick to where it's still getting the most out of the top end.
Yeah, and that thing likes to get really loose under power coming out of turns as well. So that I noticed.
That's why it was such a good car at Daytona RC, because you don't have many corners that will hurt it overall, and then in a straight line it's just gone.
Yep. So Papa said ARP for the win. Yeah, I know you got a second account, Papa, and I have had that one, but I thought that was cool. That way, hopefully, people still recognize me in the dailies or whatever. Now I'll still use my PHG one here for our league races and any of the league races like that. Probably the time trials. But yeah, that's what my secondary account is now.
I can tell you one thing though. These we only did it twice. I spared y'all with round 1 and having it rain and qualifying. It was actually a dry race because you do get one shot at that. So I couldn't make it that scary for everybody. It's like, one shot qualifying and it's in the rain.
Oh, that was Nerd, right? Yeah.
Y'all would hate me for life on that one. So that one got to be dry. Doesn't mean the next time will be dry, but that one was dry. And then Spa was, of course, a wet qualifying, and this one was, wet qualifying. So you only had to do it twice. The playoffs or finals or whatever are, all qualifying, and then none of them start out in the wet. So, yeah, saved y'all from that. But I think it's a nice difference than what you would see in a normal daily or GT-WS or whatever, where it's just you don't have anything that's going to be thrown at you to make you think on your feet. Because qualifying's in the wet. The race starts out in the dry, so technically you have to qualify or practice qualifying in the wet for this, and then you have to practice the dry for the race. And then you also still have to maintain that you know how to drive in the rain for the race.
Yeah,
because
which is totally different than in the wet. Yeah, and then by the way, there's going to be the drying track that still has wet racing lines. Yeah. So you get to have all of that.
And then in the race, you're actually going to be feeling the effects of worn racing or worn wet tires. Because there's going to be always that little bit of time before you put on the wet tires that you're going to be on a drier surface. And they wear it quick. So you have to kind of probably practice, some burnt wet tires a little bit just to get a little feel. They will be more slick.
Oh yeah. I like it, Papa. GRBP proprietor for his UK account. I like it. And Johnny Boy, welcome to the stream. Yes, and old enough. That is correct. All right, so we've got a victim inbound. We have an inbound Monsoon victim. Slowpoke rods, and it's rare to see them come in one at a time. Although there is no drafting, no slipstream to be had this week in qualifying.
I mean, you can. I wouldn't recommend it. You kind of want to do your own thing in these kind of conditions.
Oh yeah.
Especially without this to lose the car, as well as the fact that it's not a dry surface. The qualifying times are going to be very spread out from top to bottom. It's not going to be 4 or 5 seconds like you might get if this was in the dry. It could easily be 10 seconds from top to bottom, if not more, for the qualifying times here. So you're going to have that disparity, and if every car is not on the same kind of line and the same kind of pace, it's going to definitely show if you try to do any kind of drafting.
Oh yeah. Looks like Slowpoke said he's ready.
Evolved popped in quickly, and then got out.
I don't know what's going on there.
Well, every now and then people pop in and think it's like a practice lobby or whatever, and then realize it's the real one. And
Shaggy's lobby.
If I'm hosting it, if I'm hosting it, it's the real thing. From the hours of 7 to 10. Any other time? Yeah, probably not. I did a little, I did a test lobby before this, an hour before this, and I put, test solo or whatever. So if you ever see that, that's just me making sure the lobby's holding up and
sure.
Well, also testing for myself, because it is a little different sometimes from offline with the custom lobbies that you can make to this, it is a little different sometimes. But thankfully, it was about the same for this. I always have to make sure the rain is the exact same parameters in that to this. Like, it could have the bar a little bit higher in the offline than this, and then I might be thinking I'm really slow, or I'm going this fast, and then I get to this lobby, I'm like, whoa, I'm way faster. But, yeah, I always have to check these little things.
So I love the livery. I love the GIF livery. That looks really good. It's surprising to see food on a CBR car, but I love it.
Right. It's still crazy though. It's one of those Mandela effects that we didn't have Jiffy. I mean, it's Jiffy cornbread, but there's also Jif peanut butter. Right. I think that was the whole weirdness of it.
Has anybody ever tried peanut butter on cornbread? I mean, I've not tried that.
Well, I mean, okay.
Yeah.
It's sweet enough, and now it's just gonna get stuck to the roof of your mouth.
It's true.
Like going to Popeyes without a drink, eating a biscuit without a drink. Oh no,
you can't do it.
No, you'll die. Like cause of death? Well, couldn't chew it.
Yeah. Biscuit, no drink.
Well, I think Wesley, I think it's a little nutty. So a bit nutty, yeah.
Smooth or crunchy, I gotcha. I see what you did there. I will tell you that you will not go wrong with this. I created the ultimate breakfast sandwich, being creative at the Chow Hall in Yuma, Arizona. They had one morning, I really didn't like what they had going on, but they did have bacon, and they had a bagel, and they had the cream cheese packs, and they had maple syrup. See where I'm going with this? So, toasted bagel, loaded with cream cheese, 4 or 5 pieces of bacon, drizzle of maple syrup, close it up, and now you know. And that's just where it's at. That is the best dang sandwich ever for breakfast.
As many sandwiches that I eat, of course a bagel's a bagel. It's a different thing. I don't eat bagels. I don't know. I don't care for bagels.
I love bagels. Love cream cheese. Love all cheese, actually.
I've never had a thing for them. I don't know.
Yeah, I love them, but we don't get them very often. So I'll sometimes, on the way into the office, I'll stop. We got a little place called the Donut Bank. They got really good fresh bagels, and sometimes I'll pop in there and grab a couple dozen for the guys. Just different types of cream spreads, vegetable spreads. They're really good. Also, there's and I don't know if this is regional, there's Casey's gas station. I don't know if you guys have those around you or not, but Casey's gas station, they have a fabulous pizza. They have a breakfast pizza. It's loaded, obviously, with eggs and cheese and sausage and bacon and some kind of gravy goodness in it. I mean, it is fabulous.
See, the only Casey's that I ever remember in Mississippi, it wasn't a gas station. It was actually a pizza place. And it was like giant pizzas. A little more than you would get if you went to Pizza Hut or Domino's or whatever. But man, it was all homemade. It was so good. Like, you can't beat those little shops that make, pizza just from scratch, and like it feels like they really try, and it's not just, mass produced.
Sure.
With, grease as flavor.
Yeah, it's Casey's General Store is the one I was thinking of, the gas station that we had just a few of them years ago, and now they've popped up everywhere. So.
Right.
He said, Johnny Boy said if I see somebody put peanut butter on cornbread, they're catching an uppercut. That's funny.
I mean, I guess now we got to try it.
I feel like
now we don't know what we.
Yeah, I feel like somebody needs to do this.
I should be careful with experimenting with too many foods, though. I think the last time I was on here, I talked about experimenting, trying to make a lime flavored Dr. Pepper. It didn't work.
Did not work.
I don't think it was like half Sprite, half Dr. Pepper. It tasted like Sprite right away, and then it had a bad aftertaste, like bad Coke. I don't recommend it. But I had to try it, guinea pig. Well, I like food, beverages, different things.
Sure.
Mixing different concoctions and finding out, how quickly am I going to go to the doctor's office with something wrong with me because I, tried these things. Thankfully, I didn't have to.
Yeah, I had a lot of mixing different drinks last week on vacation. I was overserved on a couple of occasions, but Wednesday in particular, I'm acting like we're all young. We're not. We're a bunch of old folks. First of all, it was a big surprise. So it was supposed to be my wife and my daughter, and you've heard about the Water's Edge Country Club and our watch parties. Well, we get down to Fort Walton, and my wife says, well, I got us a condo here. We're actually going to stay in Panama City Beach. She said, we got a condo just for the first night. I said, okay. So we get there, and two of my neighbors are in the condo, and they've got the bar set up. So we play cards. We love to play euchre and stuff like that. So we're sitting there, and we're drinking and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm ecstatic. We got friends there. And the next morning, we all get up, and we drive over to Carolina Beach there on the west end of Panama City Beach. And we get to that condo, and our room's not ready yet. So we go down to the pool, we put our stuff down, and we jump in the pool. Well, here comes 8 more neighbors walking down the side of the pool. So they had put this all together actually back in February to celebrate my 50th birthday this year. So that was super cool. But one of the guys had brought it was a flamingo-shaped beer bong that got named, and maybe it has this name, but I just heard it called Flabongo all week. And we did an AI song for the Flabongo, and one morning I woke up at like 5:30 for no good reason, and we all know each other's codes to all the things, so I wrapped my little Bluetooth boombox around my neck, and I grabbed the Flabongo and a handful of beers, and I start going to each room playing this thing as loud as I can. I pissed them all off really good for a minute, but they all joined in, and we had a really good start to the day.
Right. Yeah.
Bunch of 50-year-olds pretending we're 21. Yeah.
Rod's put down a 216.9.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I think this lap's the wash. He got a little too much on that corner. Something about this, to go faster, you really can't mess up too much without it. Yeah, that's 1.2. Like, you feel every little mistake when you're trying to push in the rain. Yeah, he got a 216, so that's a very good lap.
And he's running a TC3, so there's hope for me yet.
Yeah, see, I changed a couple of things, but I kept a TC2, but I'd already changed. Like, I added the counter steer, but I'm wondering if TC1 would have been better, but I don't really know. As far as like a quicker lap, and still keeping the counter steer, like trying to, add stuff, but not need to take away anything. And if, I didn't want it to hurt too much. I just wanted it to be solid and not try to kill me. That's all. But he will have enough time for one more lap after this, thankfully.
Yeah, so this was his lap. He said, okay, I'm going to push it a little bit more. I'm going to find out where my limits are, and then I'm going to lay down that 216 flat on my next lap.
Right. Yeah, it will be in a lighter car, so thankfully, has that to look forward to. Yeah, he backed off a little bit, dropped it to first gear, and you get that nice solid exit where it's just straight out.
Jump on board so we can watch his lines here. Got a little deep. Little deep.
Looked like he took the next corner better, like he was able to get on. It's kind of like if you mess up a little bit, it does make the next corner sometimes a little bit easier to work with. Like if you get a little out of shape, turn the car just right and you get on the accelerator quicker. So he's not off too much right now. Just needs to throw it over the Dagnars. Just throw it right over it. Might have hit the brake a little too much. That was something I was working on, was trying to minimize using the brakes and kind of let the car coast more than anything. And it's really hard to just, especially in the rain conditions, to want to just mash the brake out of worry that the car is just going to go too far over a corner.
Yeah, he's down 3.5 tenths through that section there, so it's going to be tough to improve.
Yeah, he got on the brake and let off a little bit too much, and through the Dagnars. I was watching the exit. It didn't look as fast as it did before. I don't know if it's because the car is a little lighter, and you kind of misjudge where you need to be on the gas, compared to the last lap. I don't know. That's why I wanted consistency, so I'd jump back in and run the same lap, so I knew exactly how the car was going to feel with a full tank. I think you should be happy with a 2:16.9.
I certainly,
because it was a really solid lap.
Yep, not going to improve on this one. But solid time nonetheless. Nice job, Slowpoke Rods.
I do think he had a couple more tenths compared to the other lap that he could have ran better in that lap itself, that he just couldn't nail. See, the good thing is I can go back and look at my own lap that I put down here and know where I can improve. So that's nice.
How do you so when you hit save replay, it just saves that section, right? Even though your lobby's open the whole time, it just saves your run.
I think you can. I've not done that. I just go back and watch the live feed.
Oh, okay.
But
I got you.
Yeah.
I've never tried it, so I don't know what it would do.
All I do is I go save the last 10, 15 minutes or whatever. If I'm trying to work on a strat or whatever, instead of saving the whole thing or the whole race, I save different parts, like the last 5 minutes or whatever I want to look at. So I can see when, for instance, this race, I can see exactly the exact time that the rain comes in, so I'll know, when I need to be headed towards the pits, what lap to get it, just right.
That's kind of one of the nice things about being in, say, second split is watching the stream and seeing exactly, who pit perfect, what the strategy was. There's definitely advantage to not being in the first split.
The only bad thing about that is, a lot of times the rain will come in as a straight line, and it'll be that'll be your time when it starts. That's about 90% true, because every now and then it'll randomly have pop-up showers before that line, and then you'll see the line. It's really weird like that.
Okay.
I guess it depends on what rain it is and what track. It likes to change up, but I mean it's consistent for the same lobby as whatever. It's just it changes for the track, but it'll have that line come in and then randomly have rain pop up after the line.
So I was wondering about that. So are you saying that, okay, so you've set this lobby up, are you saying the weather will happen at the exact time on each split in this case? Okay, so everything will happen. Okay.
The bar itself will, which is when I set it to 7, which is guaranteed rain. If I set it any lower, then everything that runs through is basically random. You could put it at RO5, RO6, and it'd be patches everywhere, but it's not ever going to be the same consistency across every split.
I got you.
Running at 7 or more, it guarantees that there'll be that line across, and it's always going to hit at the exact same time. But the little pop-up showers, they might be different each time. but that line itself will always be the exact same time.
Okay. K-Dub said
It's weird.
K-Dub's gonna join us here in a few. And real quick, just maybe think Jason Duncan said respect the hive BHR. Thank you, Fernando Button, for jumping in and running some lobbies for us for Sunday. As Jorge or I, neither one of us could run our Sunday Fun Day, so I appreciate him doing that. I think he was doing a 1 hour endurance at NERB. He said he lost a few people. I think a few people, and that's a tough track for anybody, but especially in a fun lobby, you start making mistakes and get frustrated, and he had a few of them bounce on him. But thank you for doing that. We will be back this Sunday. It is my week to choose combinations. So if anybody has any ideas of what they want to do, just shoot me a message. Go ahead, Shaggy.
Oh, I'm good.
Oh, I thought you were saying something. I'm sorry. So yeah, Sunday Fun Day. We run that from 7 to about 9 or 10, depending. On Sunday evenings, Jorge and I host it. We usually go back and forth on choosing the tracks. We usually try to pick 2 races, usually between 40 minutes and 45 minutes. So by the time we qualify and the whole deal, it's right at 2 hours. And if everybody wants to keep going, we'll let either second place or the loser pick the next track. So we've had some pretty good full lobbies the first few weeks that we did it, so we hope to see as many people there as possible. I will be streaming it if I can get my slides back together for this Sunday, so I hope to see whoever can join us. I'd love to see you there. So that's all I got on that.
Yeah, I didn't make any of the combos, so they'll actually come back. But if I start making anything, it's gonna be rain involved.
Yeah.
And then I'll never.
Okay, guys, back to my Sunday Fun Day. Shaggy does not get to choose any combos for Sunday Fun Day, if that makes everybody feel better. So.
I could give ideas, but I'm not doing anything with it.
That's true, Jason. I'd love to see more greasy guys involved with us. We've got a solid little group and family, like you just said. Yeah, between BHR and RSR and CBR and MMR and who am I missing, Shaggy?
Yeah.
There's 7 or 8 teams that seem to be that jive well together, play well together.
Right. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's other teams, but they're also like, I guess some of the drivers will have multiple teams that they're part of, but they're also part of, one of those teams, as well as some other teams that may only run in other leagues, and we don't see them quite as often.
Sure.
Yeah, it would be nice to get some of Greasy's drivers in there, a lot of fast drivers in that crew.
I always enjoy, it seems like Photo has a stream just about every evening. I always enjoy popping into his stream when I can. He seems like to be the nicest. That's RSR Photo. He seems like the nicest down-to-earth dude, and just always a fun stream to watch, and fun combos that he puts together. In fact, that's really, it's kind of what started Sunday Fun Day. Jorge and I just happened to land in one of his lobbies one night, and we got to chatting about it. We all had fun. There were several PH guys that popped in and out of there for a couple hours, but he and I got to chatting about, man, we need a couple more nights during the week where we just have some fun lobbies to do. So that's really what brought that about. So
right. No, good thing, shout out to Moose as well. He was offering to run the broadcast in case, one of us couldn't get the broadcast stuff. And this was before, you were able to get into it and, put up your stream and let everybody know that you would be running it. But he did offer, and I do appreciate him for that. So, yeah, definitely lots of love for MMR and Moose and everybody.
Moose, you could have saved me, like, a lot of money if I'd have seen that or known that before. No.
Yeah, he put it up, like, right before. Or actually, I think he put it up as you were doing it. So it's like, by the time I got back to him, we already, you'd already put your stream up and everything. Because I was out working and whatever and didn't get back to messaging him until I got into the AC.
Gotcha. Well, thank you, Moose, definitely for that. And hey, there's probably still opportunities.
Right. I think anybody that does anything with this league and their own streams and whatever, it's beneficial definitely for them, getting more exposure and subs and getting to interact with more people. He said it would have been only on Twitch though. I don't think he has his YouTube up, so it would have been a little bit different. I'm not ever on Twitch, so it wouldn't have been as easy to work around, but still would have got people over there.
Yeah, I've never been on Twitch either, but there's a lot of software dedicated specifically for Twitch, so I don't know if it's easier to build peripherals for that, or if it's that big. I guess it's that big. I don't know if it's I don't know that it's as big as YouTube, but it certainly has gained a lot of traction over the last few years.
Yeah, I just know it'd be easier for you because you have all the layouts and everything associated with the graphics and whatever to put up. Already built into it. So I know if you could get it running, it wouldn't be so bad. But yeah, any and all help that comes to the league, and even if it's just the most minute little thing, it's always appreciated. We got somebody for everything, like people dedicated to just making the graphics or the liveries or decals or whatever you name it. We have somebody for it.
Oh yeah, it's awesome like that. Yeah, this was,
even the music.
Yeah, that's fun. Listen, hey, Code Blight he's the guy without question on that. But I have had so much fun with this stupid AI music app. I call it stupid because I'm not putting the effort and time in and making the good stuff like he does. But I mean, we made so many last week just making fun of each other. Come down by the pool and start jamming a song, making fun of somebody or whatever. But yeah, a lot of it's crazy to me. If you guys haven't tried it. Suno, SUNO. It's free. It's a free app. I don't remember how many songs you can do. I mean, it's several, like 100 or something per month that you can do, maybe even more. I did the cheap license pro version or whatever. It's like $8 a month, but it's like 2,800 or 2,500 songs you can do. But it's amazing what it will build out with just the fewest prompts, I guess is the best way to say it. So like literally. There's 2 songs, I think, on the intro to this stream and the outro that I might have put 10 words into the prompt to make it, and I thought it did such a good job of creating what I wanted for this. So yeah, that's fun. That's almost too much fun. There's sometimes I'll spend hours just doing dumb songs, giving each other a hard way to go in the neighborhood, or my daughter, she steals my phone and makes songs about me and sneaks them in on me, and we just have a really good time with it.
Oh yeah, like yeah, I don't know anything about doing anything with music. I enjoy it though. I do enjoy how much freedom there is now with AI and being able to just put together like something that would have 10 years ago taken a lot more effort just to make something half decent. And now it's just like you can throw a couple of things, something manageable.
Yeah, and you can say the dumbest stuff like, give me a reggae, rock and roll, country song with a duet that talks about, whatever. And it will do it. I mean, you're like, I didn't think you could blend all those genres, but somehow it just did that. Country reggae. I've done a couple of those. That's not something you typically put together, but it pulls it off. And you're like, hey, I can dig it. So that song I told you about, Flabango's song, I mean, that's hilarious, the words in it. And everybody just starts shaking their head and grabbing a cold one out of the fridge. It's just funny. Oh, my PS5's about to try to go to sleep on me. Can't have that.
Oh, no. But just about 20 minutes left in the in qualifying. I guess everybody and their mom is going to show up tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Because we only had 10 drivers come out tonight. Unless everybody's just busy, I don't know.
I would have expected a good turnout with it being the last race. So I think you're right. You're going to end up with 40 people tomorrow.
Right.
You may have that, that 10-15 Jorge Gito battle tomorrow.
I think we saw K-Dub that said he was going to drop in. He usually drops in towards the end of whatever night he plans to qualify. Working will be like that, get off late and pop in, limited practice. It is what it is. But yeah, always happy to see his car. Always looks like a snake, got the scales and everything with that Viper.
Johnny Boy, I just realized the other day he said he writes his own lyrics and then he uses AI, and I finally realized that you can go in and edit the lyrics. Now it won't be smooth, which is actually funny in some cases. It'll use like a different voice. It'll try to transition as best it can, but it won't be like I did one the other day. It was talking about riding a golf cart, and this dude singing the song, and then this lady screams and ride golf carts, and it's just it's funny, and so it fit. And it was me going back and changing the lyrics at the end of one chorus line. So yeah, it's crazy. Like Sal, he and I have had this conversation, and he's like, it can't take over. It's a tool. It's going to take a human I don't know. It's gotten so far. It's come on so quick. I don't think you'll ever replace the artist, obviously going on tour and going to a concert and so on. But I mean, you got to believe these artists are out there using AI to help them create, some of the music, or even some of the words if they're stuck in a song. I mean, you got to believe they're using that technology. So it's crazy.
You got to think how much they used auto-tune. Basically, ran it into the ground.
Yeah.
Certain artists, I wouldn't be surprised if they did the same thing with AI and ran it into the ground with how much of their own lyrics, their own writing was done by AI.
Yeah.
And still, they would probably, credit themselves because I guess the idea comes from them, even though they're using AI to create something.
Yep. Yeah, I was telling you, we like to play a lot of euchre, and one of the neighbors, he got euchre like 4 times in one game. And if you don't play euchre, you don't know what that is, but that's obviously not good. He kept calling up Trump with nothing in his hand, and so I went in and got a Sharpie and wrote, he can't be my partner. I wrote, Eric can't be my partner on my sweatshirt, whatever I was wearing that night. And so when I started playing with this, that was like one of the first songs I did was called Eric Can't Be My Partner Anymore. I said, it's about euchre. He can't be my partner anymore because he keeps messing up. And it made the funniest hillbilly country song about it ever, and it's like the neighborhood's favorite. I mean, when we all get together, it's like, hey, play Eric Can't Be My Partner, and he just puts his head down, and he laughs about it too. But yeah, it's hilarious. Some of that stuff it does is funny as it can be.
I watch a guy who, I guess a more famous YouTuber. He plays the drums and everything, but he plays to whatever the chat wants him to play, different songs and whatever, does covers and all that. And then he also does ones that they've created that was done by AI, and it'd be the most random country song or whatever. And then he'll just fill in with coming up with the beat and put the drums to it and everything. And some of the lyrics is just, it's impossible to, try to play the drums and be into that. And then you just hear the most random lyrics of a country song that you'll ever hear.
What's the channel? I have to check that out. I love watching stuff like that. Do you remember the channel?
Forget his name though. I'll go look it up. But yeah, he does a lot of songs that are AI. But a lot of the AI just makes it where a lot of these artists that we lost way too young, and then they add their voice to AI and then make completely different songs, or making covers of songs that they never did themselves, but they put AI to it. It makes it that much better.
Oh yeah.
I'll have to find out who it is, but I watched one earlier, and it was like Creed's song. It was like so was it 6 Foot from the Ledge or something? I don't remember what it was, but it had different artists singing it. First one was of course like Ozzy, because he passed away, and then different other artists that we lost, like Kurt Cobain, Chris Cornell, Chester Bennington, like singing a Creed song. And it was just like AI is crazy now, like how much it sounded like them, and like you could believe that that was their song.
Oh sure. Here's K-Dub.
Yep. Figured it'd be interesting. Did he say he needed to do a couple laps, or was he going to be ready? I don't remember.
No, he said he was doing a few laps, I guess in a practice lobby to get ready to come in here, is what I understood.
Okay. Okay, I found the drum rail I was telling you about. It's called Seth Drums.
Seth Drums. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
Like the first one that comes up, like it was like asking AI to make a hit country song. This one's called Smooth as Silk. It's like random stuff. It's so random.
Oh, and speak of Viper, and here's K-Dub in his Viper, and he's ready to go.
Cool.
Interesting black and green livery.
So I guess he's a water snake.
Hey, there you go.
So a water moccasin. Can't say I haven't seen a ton of those. Craziest experience I ever had with a snake was we were fishing in a pond, back in the woods one time, and there was a water moccasin decided it wanted to eat my fish. It already got up the stringer and had like half my catch. I had probably like 40 brim on the stringer, and he had like 20 of them in his mouth.
Oh my!
He was like 6.5, 7 foot long. So I pulled the fish out. I'm like, no, ate my damn fish.
Oh my
My
gosh.
friend was there, and he went up and because I pulled the snake out just enough, to where his tail wrapped around and was closer to the shore. My friend grabbed it by the tail, and then we proceeded to wrap that snake around the tree.
Oh yeah. See, I think I would have just let him. He would have got all my fish. I wouldn't have messed with that dude.
No, yeah. Had to send a message to all his friends if they were thinking about anything like that. They wouldn't show up and take our fish.
There you go.
Oh, man, we'd been there all day. Like, he already ate half our fish.
The hungry fella.
Right? This is a new one.
That's weird. It said OBS disconnected and reconnected, so I'm not sure what happened there. That's the noise I heard earlier, so I wonder if the stream cut out for a second or something. Who knows? Oh, I gotta put the race info up. Nobody's yelled at me yet. I'm gonna beat you all to it.
Turbo says it's turned into a podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, yeah, we can talk about anything. That's pretty much what they do on podcasts. It might be about racing, but then every other topic comes up at some point or another.
I will make an astute observation. We have not mentioned food in at least 7 minutes, so that has got to be some sort of record.
And now I'm hungry.
Yeah, great job, dude. Thank you.
I think I got lasagna in here. Ooh, I got lasagna in here. Okay. I will eat that after this is over with.
But how old is that lasagna?
It's new.
Okay.
What? It's either that or chicken bacon ranch. See, I buy these. I got some meals, and then I see that one. I'm like, I gotta buy that one because CBR chicken bacon ranch.
Yeah, that's right. Makes sense. Now, Johnny boy, you got copperheads in the backyard. What part of the country are you in, sir?
Does sound like the East Coast, the Carolinas, Georgia. Find all kinds of fun things over there.
Oh yeah. Seems to be handling this viper pretty well.
And see, I called it. I think I knew you were from the Carolinas. I couldn't remember if it was South Carolina or North Carolina or exactly where. But yeah, you said Copperhead. That made me think. Because I know I've seen quite a few of them in East Tennessee. A friend of mine had family up there, and yeah, we were always killing snakes. Yeah, that was one thing. We always had a snake shovel, like a shovel specifically for killing a snake. Because they would randomly come across the yard, ponds and creeks and rivers, around us. We were in the country of Mississippi, and yeah, had to yoink a snake, and yeah, he wouldn't come back around anymore because he would be dead. Yeah. A lot of us, neighbors would have small dogs, cats, chickens, different farm animals and everything, and yeah, snakes were never a pest.
219.7 on his first flyer here. I bet he'll improve on this lap. Yeah, it's weird. We live out in a rural area, and we've got lakes and stuff out here, and we've got a creek right runs down beside the house, and rarely do we see snakes. It's sort of odd. A few garter snakes, see the banded water snakes in the lake, but I don't think I could tell you in the 17 years we've lived here now that I've ever seen a poisonous snake here. Now I'll say that I'll walk outside here in a minute and be a king cobra on the deck, but probably not. But anyway, it's kind of odd.
Right, I'm kind of surprised. I haven't seen near as many snakes here in Texas since I've been here. I'm not, I guess, far enough west to start getting all the rattlesnakes and everything. I know they're here. I just, you don't necessarily notice them. I'm a little bit into a city area, but also there's still the country. There's, cows and farms and everything around. But I don't really notice a lot of snakes unless, they've been run over or whatever. But also don't, really go into the woods too much here. So unless it's like parks or trails or whatever, but I still even there I don't see snakes. I see where they've been. I see snake skin or whatever. I just don't a lot of times notice them. I guess they're just not as out and about here as when I would see them in Mississippi. You probably couldn't go a day or two without seeing a snake in your yard or crossing the road just randomly, down a back road or whatever.
Sure. Yeah, funny enough, I got a cat who likes to collect garter snakes and bring them up to the back door, and my wife just loves that.
Yeah, we did. Those were always kind of fun, though. Just randomly go and garter snake. Play with it as a kid.
So Johnny Boy, my only North Carolina experience was Camp Lejeune. So I know that dirty little town does not represent the rest of that beautiful state. So did make an improvement, 0.6 down to 219.1 for K-Dub.
Very nice. No, while we don't have a lot of, or I don't see a lot of snakes here, I do see all the other wildlife. All the birds, of course, random birds at that. A lot of herons and I guess seagulls and whatever. But you also got the possums, the raccoons, armadillos. It would be Texas without an armadillo somewhere.
That's
skunks, all of that.
Just in the last few years, we've started seeing armadillo up as far north as we are now. We used to see them in southern Kentucky quite a bit. Now we're starting to see them on the interstates all the way up here in Indiana, which is kind of odd.
Yeah, I haven't been to Kentucky in some years. I've been uncle maybe a half hour from Owensboro.
Yeah, I'm really close to that. That's got an office in Henderson. Owensboro's part of our service territory.
Right.
Yeah, so we do more work down there, but I live in Indiana, so kind of funny.
They would always have like a shindig, I guess, like a thing for their anniversary, him and his wife. So all the family would come up. There'd be like 150, 200 people there. And we had to make a beer run one time, and the county they're in is a dry county. And then the county next to them is a dry county. We were almost, I think we Had to just about go into the next state over to find beer.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
I'm like, how did y'all not already have alcohol over here?
Right.
Most of you drinks.
You knew we were having a get together here. I mean, a little preparation would have gone a long way.
Yeah, I'm like, I guess we just wanted to go for an adventure. End up in Ohio or Indiana or somewhere.
Now, is he going to have time, Shaggy, to cross the line and squeeze in another lap?
After he does this little drift right here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has no time.
Okay.
Oh, get off.
Go, 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 go.
A little dirty lap there. I think he's just messing around at this point. He's probably like, I got a 219.
Yep.
It's fine.
Take my 219 and go play on the next lap.
Right. I was gonna say, I don't know how long that the tires would be dirty. I guess it really differs between different tracks on how long they want to keep your tires dirty. Because I was worried about turn 1. I mean, certainly it would be, clean by the time you got there, but it's GT7 and PD. You never know.
He's 7/10 off. So he's actually pushing this lap to some degree.
Yeah, Wesley, I dealt with those as well. My brother got treed by a sow one time for like 3 or 4 hours. He couldn't get out of the tree because she wouldn't let him. Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to improve on this. The lap kind of started bad because he exited out of the, I guess it's mud now?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can call it sand. It's messy. That's what it is. I mean, obviously it gets, the texture changes. I mean, the color of the sand is darker, so obviously the rain is affecting it. I wish we had real data for that to know how much difference, the composite is now.
Yeah, that's what I said. It'd be cool to know, or to know some of the designers that could tell you exactly, what went into that and what to avoid and that sort of stuff. Oh man, he almost did. He almost made up for it.
Right. I just hate that the lap didn't start out that great.
Yeah. Too squirrely out of that final chicane.
Right.
So 219.1 for K-Dubs. Good job, K-Dubs.
I think K-Dub has the most last sessions of the night of any driver. I really think he's got that record. There's been a lot of times where the last person that I that ran in a lobby was him before we ended the night.
Well, he's got a reputation to uphold, you see.
Really?
Well, Shaggy, I assume you're not going to let anybody else in at this point with 2 minutes to go.
No, I got things to do, like sleep.
Yeah, there you
Mostly.
go. There you go. Well, guys, thanks everybody for popping into the stream, and Shaggy, thanks again for hosting it, creating this this awesome series that we all love. Appreciate it. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe, I'd love it if you did that. Otherwise, I'm not sure. I think T-Case, if I'm not mistaken, is broadcasting tomorrow night's qualifying. Does that sound right, Shaggy?
Yeah, I believe he is.
Okay.
He should be broadcasting and on commentary as well.
Okay, perfect. So look forward to that, and make sure to check out T-Case's channel tomorrow evening, and appreciate everybody, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks for popping in.
Yep. See y'all guys.
with the champions, going hard, going long, until the lights come on.
Gran Turismo, hop in the car, let's go. Burning rubber, smoke the tires in the track mode.
Welcome to the race. Get ready, start your engines, get up out the way. We about to set the pace. Qualifying, let's get it on. Riding with the champions, going hard, going long, until the lights come on. Until the lights come on. Until the lights come on. Papa's in the house, he's got the wheel in hand, building up the team. He's the man with the plan. Shaggy's got the leak, making tracks ignite. We're racing through the night, chasing dreams in flight. PHG, we ride with the fire in our veins, speeding through the curves, breaking all the chains. TK's and Sal, they're the ones behind the sound. We're burning up the circuit, leave the world spellbound. Engines roar like thunder, tires kiss the ground. Every corner sharper, every lap's